Jacket. Hey y'all, this is Halisi.
And this is Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel. Okay, I'm not sure why I hear. Why do I hear that?
I don't know.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's like a delay.
It's a delay.
You have microphones or something?
I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on, but it's been that kind of day. So can you guys hear us okay? Do you hear a delay?
I need to.
Go on, click settings. We're going to get this straight.
That's the headphones.
Wait a minute. Okay. Testing, testing, testing. All right, let's go back and see. That might have done it. All right, guys.
Nope.
That did not do it. That did not do it. Hey, y'all. We're going to get this straight. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to leave the studio and we're going to come back in. We do have some special guests. You know that. So hold on. We're back. We're back. You can hear us fine. That's good. There it goes. We're not going to be able to do this. Like, let's just put these down and just talk, and hopefully we will hear the Yarbrough in real time, because I don't know why we're getting like a 30-second delay coming through these earphones. It makes no sense. But if you guys can hear us fine, we're just going to keep going. So, welcome. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and retiring abroad as we build generational wealth. What are we going to talk about today?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Today we have a very, very, very special guest, the Yarbroughs, aka Nomadic Wander. Hey, we've been waiting for this interview for a while, so finally we get together.
Yes, we ain't throwing any shade because we know how it is when life shows up. I'm just going to say we have been reaching out to the Yarbroughs since April, and we finally got them. Yeah. So, persistence pays off. And when you really, really want to talk to someone, you just wait until they say, don't email me anymore. Don't call me anymore. This is what persistence does. And I am persistent. So if you are new to our channel, then let me just tell you, 6 years ago, Rick and I were getting close to retirement age, and we had a wake-up call with our finances. We looked at the money that was in our savings account, and it looked crazy, piddly, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't going to happen.
And crazy.
So, yeah. Y'all know the story. 3 years ago, we finally got our financial act together. We changed the way we do things financially, and we went from negative $22,000 to over $800,000 in net worth. Actually, it's up to $1 million now in net worth. Thank you, Father God. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, if you listen to this and you still have more questions, you know where to reach us. But first, hit that like, subscribe, and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So without further ado, we are going to bring on the folks of the hour.
Rondell and April.
Hello.
What's happening, folks?
Hey, guys.
You guys, we go.
That's okay. It's all right.
So
Can
do
you
you
hear us?
guys
Can,
hear
can
it?
you hear
We
us?
can hear you.
Can you hear us
great.
now?
We can hear you great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. It's all good. Well, what's happening? How's your day?
This is going to be interesting because there's this 30-second delay. So this is what we're going to do. I can see your mouth move and I can see what you say, but it comes through like 15 seconds later. This is crazy.
Wow.
And we have not had any technical difficulties really
There's an
No.
echo button in the
since our
settings. Did
last big,
you take
huge
that?
guest. I'm wondering, you know what? You guys might need to use, if you hear us through your computer,
Mm-hmm.
then you might need to use headphones
Hmm.
because it might be coming back through
A loop,
a loop.
possibly.
A loop de loop. Let's see.
Let
Well,
me
what's
check
up,
the
everybody in the
settings.
comments? Let's see. What do you, check our settings. Make sure
So we're
good.
going to say hi while they're doing that and see, because Auntie Trey was first.
Should I uncheck this?
Let's see what happens.
Yep, she was here before we even started. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Howard Worldview. Good afternoon. It's 1:37 here. And I know in Portugal it's about 8:30,
Try
9:30
to
at
plug in other mics.
8:30 at night. Yeah, 8:30 at night. That's when we had to do things. And our daughter's in the chat. Hello, hello to Londa. Hey there. Margaret Kello, good to see you. Yes, yes, yes. Londa, excited to see the Yarbrough today. Right? This is going to be a great conversation. We're going to get this stuff together.
Whenever we get it
And
started.
Rossini, hey, all the way from Portugal, is in the chat. I know some of you were happy to hear him yesterday. So Talanda doesn't hear delay. Usually
Bum, bum,
the
bum.
audience
Okay,
can
how are we
hear it,
now? Can you hear me now?
Can they hear it?
and only we're hearing the delay.
That's the other question. Can the audience hear us? Cool. You guys
They
good?
seem to hear us fine.
Everybody in the audience?
They seem to hear both of us in
Okay,
real time.
you guys sound good.
See, why is it doing that? Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
they're trying
And
to
Courtney
stop us
says
from
no
being
delay, right?
So we're hearing delay.
So only we're hearing delay. Okay, we're gonna try something.
Plug it.
We just gonna chop it up with y'all. Let me see. Let's do a check-in, you guys. Who's in the States? Who's out the country? Where y'all at? We just gonna chop.
You know, I did see a question somebody asked. Let me see if I can find it. But someone asked when we were going to do another documentary style video.
Ooh. All right.
Corey, I see it. Okay, Corey asked. That's a good question. We have some ideas. You know,
We have
there's-
two on deck. And I'll just throw it out there. We're gonna do the gangs of El Salvador and Guatemala and where they came from, and we want to talk about Mexico. We want to do just an in-depth view of Mexico. So whenever we can get started, we'll get moving on it. I don't. Soon this month. The next one is coming out this month in August.
In
God
August?
willing.
Okay, maybe September, possibly September.
Syracuse, New York in the house. All right, all right, all
ATL,
right.
Portugal,
East Coast
North
is well
Carolina,
represented. Look at that.
Maryland.
Wow.
Awesome. Glad you guys are tuning in today. We are so happy to be on the channel.
I know.
Like
I
Alicia and
feel
Rick were
bad.
saying.
She said since April.
Yeah, it's been funny because I was telling Rondell earlier today that, man, they're persistent but patient.
Patient, yeah, man.
And we
'cause
really appreciated the patience as we moved
we
around every
constantly
week.
moving. It's a bob and a weave kind of ordeal. So we
Yeah.
really want to sit down with these guys. Want to sit down with some other people too, man. This is all right, man. Black Utopia. That's where you get started at.
Look, goals right here. We're trying to follow in their footsteps.
I'm saying, for real.
Rookie moves. Can you guys hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So I was copying and pasting your links from YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So when we started, it was playing on YouTube and in StreamYard.
Oh my God.
But you figured it out.
That's all
So
right.
it's all
That's
good.
all right. Let's go.
All right, let's have some fun, y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. That's it.
And
Shoot,
you
let me
know,
go put a
see,
little something in my tea.
you know you're dealing with pros when they just keep it ain't even their show, and they just keep the thing moving while we figure out, like, I talk about a rookie move. Now what we did,
Family. It's all fam. It's all good.
right, when we had Adelia Borshade on, we did not have our headphones, so we could hear the echo back through this, and everybody in the audience could hear.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Not good.
Definitely not good, and she thought it was her, so she kept trying to fix things, and it was on us.
Okay. So anyway,
It was totally on
Let's
us.
go.
All right. So I'm going to go
We
back
made-
and see where we are in the comments and just say hello to everybody. Then we can get started.
Okay.
Put
okay.
a Q
Reset.
in front of your question if you've got a question for us or the Yarbrough.
That's a good idea.
And yeah, we're hearing a little bit of echo from them, but that's okay. All right. So we've got Rhonda in the chat. Moss Girl. This is a new name. Hey there, catching you live for the first time. And usually I guess you don't comment because I don't know that name, and I know our folks' names. So welcome. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the family.
What's up, peeps?
Right? Corey, hello, hello, hello. Barbara, I hear you fine. Great. So I love you guys. You guys are great. Margaret, hello, hello. I said hello. And let us know where you're logging in from. I'm going to tell you, some of these folks, April and Rondell, came from y'all. So thank you.
All good. What's up, peeps?
Yeah.
Hey.
Robert Dennis logging in from Connecticut.
Let's
Professor
represent.
LCH
Represent. Let's get down.
is back
Did we
east
tell them
as
where we're
well.
from? Where we at?
There's still
sorry.
So that's okay. Oh, this is definitely a Yarbrough person. Do you guys recognize that
Aw,
name?
My
I do.
guest.
I recognize Mike Judd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
We appreciate the
seeing
love.
him in the chat, right? Vanessa Ruiz, hello, hello, Kenya, Dantrell, Andrea. So, oh, they love your channel.
Thank you.
Okay. We do have some questions for y'all.
Hey, let's go.
So the first one is, we're going to start with some softballs.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That means there's some hard balls.
Get us comfortable.
The
I know,
intensity
right?
is coming.
All
Okay.
right, it's all good.
You say we're goals, but you two have inspired us so much. And when I was really feeling down about my job and stuff, I'm like, okay, I need some Yarbroughs. I need somebody to lift up my spirits. And I'd be looking on YouTube. What's new? What's new? What's new? Seriously. So thank you for that. What has been the best part about being nomadic?
Ooh.
I think the flexibility to travel for the most part where we want to stay, however long we want to stay in a certain place.
That was a problem. Like early on, that little 2-week vacation window, like that. Oh my God!
Using
Yeah.
all
The last
PTO,
couple of days, the
you can,
PTO
yeah.
bank. Oh, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. And it was always depressing. Like getting back on the plane, coming from some sunny spot, getting in my car, having to dust all the snow off, and then drive home. And
because he was in Michigan.
oh, that was.
But
that
I was able
miserable.
to return home to Florida. But anyway, we knew we wanted
Yeah.
to travel for more than what our PTO would allow.
Yeah.
So being nomadic, it allowed us that flexibility.
I would say the best part for me is just the authority and the pressure that we got to make it. Like we're our bosses. Like ain't nobody cutting us a check. Like we have to make it happen.
Right.
That pressure, I respond best to pressure. I was that guy that's up all night studying the night before the test. You know what I mean? So that pressure has made me a better person, a fatter person, because I also eat. But I like being my own boss. I ain't got to take this off nobody.
Yeah, that right there. So
That part.
I remember about this time on Sunday, I'd start getting depressed.
Oh yeah, the Sunday
Thinking about
blues about Monday morning.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember coming back from Cancun and I was talking to the people at the place that we were staying at the resort, using my little Spanish, and said, I just want to cry. I don't want to leave. And having to go back to all of that and the emails in your inbox and all
I
of
forgot
that
about that.
stuff.
Yes.
So you don't dread the inbox anymore.
Man, I forgot about it till you. Oh yeah. Ooh, I hated that. The first like 3 or 4 days back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ooh.
I remember one time coming back from Aruba and I had 160 emails. And we weren't even gone that long. Like, it was less than a week. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
What about doing payroll while you on vacation?
Look, there's been a few times where I took my work phone on vacation with us. We
Yep.
still had those jobs. So.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So
you
how
know, it's
long-
it's modern day slavery. That's it.
Yeah.
It is. And we can get into that. So how long did you guys just vacation together before you said, okay, we're done and let's do this full time?
So man, we dated for a minute. So we were in different states, right?
Yeah.
We did that long distance Skype dating thing, right? And we would get together like 3 or 4 times out the year to go out the country.
Right? And that was for about 4 years,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep. And then as soon as we got married, it was like, all right, we out.
Well, we had a destination wedding, and then
Right.
from there we
Yeah.
we got married in the DR, and then from there we flew over to Thailand.
Yeah.
Came back to Michigan, and stayed there for 10 months, and then we moved completely abroad, left everything.
It was really impulsive, and I would not recommend it for nobody. like we do a counseling, and we counsel people about putting money in your bank account, getting you a good nice cushion together before you go. We ain't do none of that.
See, you guys,
you
had it together.
you guys
had
did
the
it right,
plan
and we both had corporate
stacked.
jobs. You know, what I'm saying, made good money, and it was like he who should not mention got elected. I was like, baby, we up out of here, and yeah,
Yeah.
been putting it together ever since.
Yeah.
Well, we learned from all of you. And so thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what we do this thing for, right?
Yep.
To,
Yep.
to,
Yep.
to try and add value to other people's lives. And the only reason we had our stuff together is because listening to you, listen to Adelia, listening to Rashida Dow, and of course, Our Rich Journey, Christina and Aman, about how to do this thing the right way.
Yep,
So
it's the right way.
Oh yeah. Well, but you got to get out there. You got to put it out there sometimes too. And a lot of people that we run across or have questions about different things. It's like, just do the damn thing, people.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing.
Because life doesn't stop; it keeps going.
Yep.
And if you sit there and debate, do I have enough money? Will I have enough money? And then there's a lot of people that got enough money, but they still scared.
Look, that's wisdom speaking. That's wisdom speaking. Like, you talk to a lot of let's talk about the money thing. I was a financial counselor in another life, and the people that I was counseling way more money than me. You know what I mean? But they have more going out than coming in.
Yeah.
So it's not an idea of money. It's an idea of value. You know what I mean? What do you value? What do you truly value? And for us, that's what it came down to. Do you value your time, or that almighty dollar? And for us, it was time. We figured we're smart enough to put the dollars together, and that's what we're doing. So
that is definitely a good thing. So when did you decide, speaking of money, when did you decide to start building a business together? Because I know at first you guys were teaching English. When I first started following you guys back in the 5,000 followers, 5,000 subscribers days, that was a long time ago.
OG.
Yes.
Triple OG.
We've been on
I
board for a
told
while.
you, when I told you I'm a fan, I wasn't,
Okay.
I wasn't exaggerating.
We left. You want to take it or should I?
Well, I'll see if I can remember.
Go for it.
We had a blog for a
Okay.
while, but hadn't thought of monetizing it yet. It was just to record our travels. We went to China, and we decided we weren't going to sign our teaching contract for another year because we wanted to pursue videos or blogs, some businesses like e-commerce or Etsy shop and things like that. And that was probably 2018.
So that's how she remembers it.
Yeah, okay.
We
Fill me in,
had before we left the States, we wrote up a whole business plan, an official business plan, all of it with the marketing and all that stuff in there, and we didn't follow it. We're actually not following it until now, until we have to follow it. We
Yeah.
had we were going to have multiple different streams of income because we knew we wouldn't be able to rely on one income. And then we got to China. We was like, oh, we can't stay here. And it was China was a soft landing, but it was a hard cultural adjustment. Soft landing in regards to we were able to make a lot of money and keep a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the culture was, whoo, Jesus. It was a little
But
bit too
not
much to
only
bear.
that, like it was hard to pursue our
True.
business ideas
Yep.
there because of the firewall.
Yeah.
So we didn't have access
Oh.
to YouTube, to WordPress, to Google, Instagram, Facebook, things like that without using a VPN, which was heavily monitored.
But before we left the States, we bought our domain name.
Yeah.
We bought our different websites and started some businesses, but didn't touch them until VIP Kid pulled the plug on us teaching in China.
I remember that. I remember you talking about that.
So it's been about 2 years that we've been working multiple streams of income and working these different things that we should have been working way back when, but it just got so comfortable having that
Yeah.
check coming in on a regular basis.
So you said you got to China, and then it was like, oh no, we can't stay here. Tell us some more about that.
So, all right. So, okay. We're really excited to get out the States. And then the reality settled in. We landed in Beijing, and we had to spend a night in Beijing before we flew off to Wuhan. And we took a bus to a hotel, and the bus was raggedy and dusty. I was like, oh, this is interesting. You know, like I've been corporate my whole, all of my adult life. Not what I was used to. And then we got to the hotel, and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
I was like, all right, that's how they do things over here. It's
It was borderline. It seemed to be roachy. We ain't seen no roaches or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It seemed to be kind of raggedy. But it was okay. So we did that, and we flew into Wuhan. And I just remember thinking how everything was like really gray.
It was gray, it was cloudy, it was overcast, and I was like, oh wow, I hope, I can't wait to see what it looks like when it clears up. Mm-hmm. But it
It
didn't
never
clear
cleared up.
It-
So that was smog, right? That was I went
Oh.
for a run that second day, and it was all dirt in my throat and stuff, right? But let's rewind a little bit. We moved into an apartment. They provided an apartment because we're teaching at a university, so
Yeah.
the university gives you an apartment. Boy. So a little teaching assistant came in and showed us the apartment. We walk in, my mouth hit the floor. I was like, damn, this is home. It was dirty, like trash on the floor. And that was all. It was like, all right, well, we just gonna clean it. We go get our own
Here's
supplies.
the thing. They said that they had cleaned it
Yeah.
before. The student assistant
Was proud.
He was like, yeah, we just cleaned it. And he also was excited because it was a newer apartment,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, for him, and needed to like use the bathroom. And,
Yeah.
and
Was excited to use the bathroom.
because because if we knew what his dorms looked like, we probably
So
I
it
don't know, would've been
it was
upset,
a question of standards, y'all. So
Yeah,
I went
it's just different.
the bathroom, the house was dirty. We went to the bathroom and it was soot all on the wall, like literal soot all on the walls. It was all black. I got pictures we'll post them one day. And I was just like, dang, this is gonna take me forever. It took me a week to clean the
he
bathroom.
scrubbed the pipes.
It was just really nasty, but that ain't the capital. So we just had this conversation the other night. I went and put my luggage in the room and sat down on the bed, and the bed didn't move at all. It was like a wood box. It was. I was like, what is this?
But you said you kind of blocked it.
I blocked it out my mind. Like I put
like,
my luggage
either
down,
way,
sat down,
the
and I
bed
was
is
like,
just
nah.
hard.
And he went and showed us around. Then we came back home, and I was like, dang, this
Yeah.
is our house. So yeah, man, that was the beginning. But it was we got a whole bunch of China stories, boy.
Yeah.
We went to Wuhan, which is like central China, so we didn't want to have that tourist experience. We wanted the authentic experience. We thought. So that's how we learned. We don't really always want that authentic experience.
Look, I'm bougie on a beer budget.
There it is. Close to you because I'm right there with you.
Did you have a Western toilet?
Pinky out.
We did have a Western toilet.
Okay,
So
well,
that
that
was
was
nice.
good. You didn't have
Yeah.
to like squat, squat, squat.
At the university.
At the university, we did,
Yeah.
and yeah, there was it's called what you call a wet bathroom. So when you shower, it's everywhere, all over the
Yeah.
bathroom. And we had some plumbing issues, so sometimes when we would flush, bad things would happen. Yeah, cringe mode.
I was like,
We got a lot
you
of
told
cringe
me not to
stories.
tell the story.
I know. You said before this, we ain't gonna tell the story
I know
no
we
more.
talked about it, but like they don't want to hear this story.
So yeah, man.
How you know we don't want to hear it? Look, between you and Adelia, China has been marked off of my list. Nah.
Look, Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, they're nice places to visit. I mean, they're decent, you know.
Did they
but
take
I would
pictures
say-
of
There
you
were
like
nice
you were?
areas in Wuhan too. We just
Okay,
didn't stay
true.
in
We
one.
just didn't have access to it, right?
Were they taking pictures of you like you were a zoo?
Oh,
Yeah,
girl, yes, yeah. In the elevator, everywhere you go.
Covert,
Before
overt,
that, the
they took
government
them-
was taking video of us. You know,
Yeah.
we moved in, and like a week later, a camera appeared right outside of our door. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So.
But pictures all the time. And so, in the beginning, it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I guess we'll just pretend like, they're not taking pictures. But after a while, it gets frustrating and annoying.
Wow,
Oh
but I
my
got to
God.
tell y'all, that's the best tea. That's the best tea
Yeah, there were
and
some
the best
really great parts of China.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
But
You know, it
it's
was
an
some good times,
experience.
but it's an experience. Glad we had. Won't be going back to it
Yeah.
for sure. What about y'all? What's your favorite place that you've been? Oh, yeah, y'all supposed to interview me. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. we'll have a conversation here. I know what you're going to say. What's your favorite place?
Spain, Barcelona. I just fell in love with Barcelona. I love the city. I love the vibe. Barcelona, I liked Italy, but I got kind of a weird vibe about Italy, about being in Italy. But Europe in itself, I couldn't find coffee. And I couldn't find
American
American
Starbucks.
coffee. Let me take that back. They
okay. I'm
they
like,
had
what? No coffee?
They had the foo coffee,
Yeah.
the espresso with the fancy machines and stuff. And of course, when I asked for coffee, they said Americana, and I was like, no, I don't want watered down espresso. I want a real cup of coffee. So I fought with that, and half, no half and half. But I just found out that's an American thing.
To me, just get some cream, get some milk,
It's
put it
not the
together,
same.
half milk, half cream, half and half. There you go.
Not the same. Not the same.
I'm
It's
just
not, but you learn to create some things.
I
on
know
the
you do
road.
create
You
some
you
stuff,
become
God.
creative. Yes, you
That
do.
is no lie.
so my thing, this is interesting because a favorite place to visit and a favorite place to live are two different things.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Madrid was like popping. This was pre-pandemic. There were so many people on the streets and just like a party over here. They have a
I was about
dance
to
circle
say, y'all
going on
saying
over
Spain,
there.
that says a lot about y'all. Y'all like to let that hair down and have a good time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were just like, I'm like, yeah, right? But Lisbon in Portugal, we blend. And we were talking about this before. We blend. We will not be a perpetual tourist in Portugal. And the first thing when we were in the tourist area, right? Just up from that yellow,
I call it the yellow square.
the yellow square that everybody sees in all of the Lisbon pictures. So right up the street from there, that's like tourist row. We stopped at a restaurant and he starts speaking Portuguese to us.
And I looked at him like, okay.
You know habla español?
Ruh-roh.
You know habla because when I hear a foreign language, the first thing that happens is Spanish comes out.
Spanish.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what language you're talking. I'm gonna speak to you in Spanish because that's the only other language that I kind of know. But yeah, so I still have to say
Yeah, I always
Lisbon's
loved
the
Spain.
spot. Lisbon's the spot.
Yeah, and Lisbon. Lisbon. It was a great time being in Lisbon. I look forward to going back to Lisbon very shortly here now. We did our visa. We did the visa process. That was interesting.
Since we've talked to you, yeah.
And like we said, I think we had told you we got permanent residency in Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and people say, well, why do you want two? It's like, why not have choices?
I want three. We trying to get three. Yeah,
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 So
yeah.
three
Different parts of the
besides the
world.
United States.
yeah.
Right, right. Other than the
Okay.
United States, correct. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So it's out there for you people. I mean, the
Yes.
world is your oyster if you want it to be.
So again, put a Q in front of your comment if you want to ask a question. I'm still seeing stuff about the signs. Yeah, the echo that you hear is from the Yarbros.
Oh, we got an echo.
There's a little bit. We can hear it coming back through from the computer into your mic.
Plug the other mic. Oh no, cut the echo off.
BJM from the ATL. Yes. Everybody's auntie. Okay, they're talking to each other. I'm looking for cues. New York's in the house. Central Texas in the house. Maryland's in the house. Syracuse is in the house. North Carolina's in the house. And of course, okay, Dontrell, you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce Fuseta?
Fuseta, Portugal?
Portugal? I don't know the pronunciation stuff yet, y'all.
Starts with an F.
Y'all know. So family nomads currently in Oxford, England. Next stop, Athens, Greece. All right, Howard. And I love your worldview. Okay, Talanda is she's interested in Mexico. My husband, not so much. Where is he interested in? My wife and I love your channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Harlem's in the house. To Rondell. How
This
long
sounds
can
like
you make? Go ahead. What were
no,
you gonna
this sounds
say?
like an ODB sound. Harlem's in the house.
House.
This question's for you.
I love it. Wait, Pam Jones can't be the Pam Jones we know. To Rondell, how long can you make U.S. currency while living in Mexico?
How long can you? Indefinitely.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay taxes on anything unless you're taking money from Mexico, unless you're like selling
Yeah.
Mexicans Mexico product. But if
Unless you're a resident.
or if you're a resident, right? But if you're making your money abroad, indefinitely.
Yeah.
You are a digital nomad.
And that's not necessarily the case in Portugal, y'all. So yeah, so let's just say we ain't making no money off of YouTube, but one day, one day when we're balling like the Yarbros,
Oh please.
then when we're balling like the Yarbros, there are, if you sign, I was reading on this last night because I've been hearing conflicting information. So I went to the official sites, and you have to sign up for non-habitual residents. You get 10, when you first become a tax resident. So that's as soon as you get legal residency. Before the March of the following tax year or calendar year, you have to sign up to be apply to be a non-habitual resident. Then it's 20% off of when you are self-employed, which I guess YouTube would be self-employment. 10% off of pensions and Social Security. And then, of course, the United States probably is not going to tax you because of the tax treaty between
right.
Portugal and the states. However, talk to your tax person,
Yeah.
because
Talk
what our tax person said to us about our situation in the taxes we would have to pay in the United States, we were good to go. Now everybody's situation is different, and we are not tax folks. I'm just telling you what I have read.
Do your due diligence.
Passing it forward. Good info.
Right?
Good info.
But do your due diligence. But you have to sign up to be a non-habitual resident. And then they said only certain professions qualify, professions that add value to Portugal, y'all. Now we know when we hear this in the States, what does it mean? STEM,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
right? Science and technology.
Yep.
If you are a singer, that's nice. You're not adding value. If you create content to help educate and entertain folks, pat on the head. You ain't getting no tax breaks. You ain't getting no work visa in the United States with those professions. But guess what, y'all? The arts are valued in Portugal and fall under the professions
Yeah.
that you can get the tax break on.
Yeah,
Who
that's,
knew?
that's interesting too. Like how like around the world people value liberal arts almost anywhere but the United States. You
You
tell somebody
know?
you're a liberal arts major, they look at you like you what?
Right? Right?
You need to get a real job.
Yeah, yeah. But you gonna learn how to think.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you. So put a Q in front of your questions. I'm trying to go through to make sure I don't miss any. And they want to know where in Ecuador you are now. Are you now?
We are in Cuenca right now.
Mm-hmm.
Been here for a week, exactly a week.
Yep, exactly a week. This is the largest expat enclave in Ecuador. So
We think, right? A lot
Yeah,
of,
I'm pretty
of
sure.
expats are here.
mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Big expat community here.
So we watched your video on Quito,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and it's pretty.
I was out of breath climbing that hill with y'all. I was like,
Man,
it's a little bit hard to breathe right now. I was like, yeah, it is.
I that's the edited version. I started to put all my heavy breathing in there, but it was a lot of it, boy. Shoot.
So if you guys haven't seen it, here in Denver, in Colorado, we have what's called 14ers. And there's a whole community, there's a whole
Oh, yeah.
culture around doing 14ers. And 14ers means 14,000 feet in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Denver is
A
at
mile high is enough for me.
5,800 feet, right? When we go up to the foothills of the mountains, we do a little hiking and stuff. So we get up to 6,000, 7,000 maybe. But you guys were, how high were you?
Yeah, right up where we were, it was probably around 14,000. The
Okay.
city sits a little above 9,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You take a little cable car up to the top, and I think once you get up there, you're probably around like 11 or 12,000 feet, and then
I think
We
I
did a
thought
little
that was
hike.
13,000, and we
Was it
went
13?
to 15,000.
Okay.
Yes,
It was
Dude,
high.
that was crazy.
That's
I like
what know.
when you start noticing you getting short of breath and you ain't moving. Like, wait a minute, we ain't even working out, and I can't breathe. Right?
I mean, and it had its own weather pattern. It
Yeah.
was like crazy seeing the fog roll in, and
Yep.
I was like, oh man.
It looked kind of scary, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
It was majestic going back down, like being all up in there with the clouds and everything else, and then going back to the sunshine. I was like, all right. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You do exist.
Right? I'm sorry. I am sorry,
It was
but
nice.
no, it looked scary. I was like, okay, so soon I'm not walking, you can't see in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It reminded me
You know
of the
what's up?
scripture.
Like for the people that live there, they're jogging it, and I got to tell you, like half of that is the path, and there's these mountains on one side. I mean, some pastures on one side, but the other side is a cliff. Like a good wind coming, you knocked over,
Yeah.
brother. And these cats are just running. I'm like, man, you know, you can
Oh.
tell the people who live there. You know, it was cool.
We,
It was a cool
we
experience.
wanted to go all the way up
Yeah.
to the top, but once we saw people coming down with helmets,
Mhm.
like
Helmets and real
rock
climbing gear.
helmets
I was like, yeah, we probably shouldn't do that.
it's like it's time to turn around.
Okay.
No, I don't blame you. I do not
Follow the
blame you.
locals.
Yeah.
Follow the locals. It's fun, though.
Definitely. So we kind of message this as keeping love at the center. Y'all have been bopping around. I'm going to tell you all the traveling that you did as you were typing back saying, we're going to get back to you. We're going to get back to you. But y'all, they were changing locations like
Yeah.
once a week and stuff.
Mhm.
Just once a month was like, attitude all over me. Carrying all that SHIT,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
packing it up, making sure our bags weren't too heavy. And
Mm.
Yeah, that was a workout within itself.
it was a workout.
And
I
then
had
the
an
airlines
attitude
don't
problem. The airlines don't help. They steal your stuff and everything
Mhm.
else, right? So what has tested your relationship the most over the past 5 years of bopping around, starting a business, working together, traveling together, everything together?
Let's keep it 100 with the fam. Go ahead.
We're gonna say working together. Working together has been the most challenging. Yeah.
Working together and still keeping it sexy. Yeah, because when you're done with work, I still need my baby. But if I don't have me a work argument, you know what I'm saying? That thing ain't there. You know what I'm saying?
So tell us more. So you guys have had to learn how to work together in a way.
Mhm.
See, and the thing is like, okay, both of y'all were probably bosses back in the corporate world.
Mhm.
So you got to tell people what to do, and you just walk away expect you're gonna do it.
Nail on the head, girl. Nail on the head, and get pissed when it ain't done.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you doing? You on YouTube?
What we do around here, you know.
Yeah.
We you know we can joke and all that, but we are not on the same level, boss,
Mhm.
subordinate, right?
Yep.
But when you're working with your significant other slash husband, wife,
hmm
you can't just bark out orders, walk away, and expect that it's going to be done.
Right.
You can't just have.
April said, right.
See, in the office, you do this thing called vision casting, and you write down the vision, and you get everybody behind the vision. But the
Right.
real deal is, I'm just telling y'all why I'm gonna be hard on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not our vision. This is my vision, and you gonna do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, I tried all those tactics in this relationship.
It's been like we've learned that we have
Yeah.
very different styles, especially when it comes to the content that we create and what it looks like and the ideas that we come up with and how
True.
we implement it.
True.
Very different. What's funny to me may not be funny to him.
Mhm.
What I want to put in, I'm usually like education heavy, so I want to put all this stuff and be Wikipedia on the videos, and that's not necessarily Rondell's vibe. So we've been trying to collaborate and feed off of each other's strengths and figure out like what works for us to move our business forward.
That's everything right. You're right. Like the biggest challenge was really two of them: understanding what each other's strengths were
Mhm.
and understanding what our strengths were in this game. Like, and I'm not just talking about soft skills and hard skills. I'm talking about like how we work. Like, I'm an early morning person and she's an evening person. So
Yeah.
like us getting together to work at night does not work for me. It's like, no, why are you talking to me? Like, give me a beer. What are you talking about?
But then the other way around, I will wake up
Mhm.
at like 7 or 8. Rondell's been up for hours
Mhm.
already. I wake up and it's an immediate, like he's been
Mhm. Bags packed,
ruminating
let's
in
go
his
shoot. Let's go.
ideas and is ready to shoot off all these ideas. And I'm like,
Coffee.
I don't know what's happening. I can't receive this information right now because I'm just like waking out of whatever dream I was in. So it's been really interesting.
And it ain't peaches and cream. To keep it 100, like we are just like coming around the corner. Like we were newlyweds getting on the road together. And it was cool in China because she taught and we're kind of out of the house at the same time, then in the house at the same time at night. So it was kind of cool. But when we started working these businesses and the pressure came on, like, baby, we got to really turn a profit. XYZ and Elemental P, like everything got turned up a couple of notches, and we're just starting to balance out and appreciate each other now, for real, in all honesty. But the packing the bags and moving around, like that's something that we do share. Like I love it. Like it's nothing to me. Like going through the airports and all that stuff. With that's the good part for us. Sitting down and making the business plans and executing the business plan and remembering that we're supposed to be showing people the enjoyment that we're having. Like, oh man, we just went this place. We ain't taking no video. Man, that's right. We got to bring people along with us.
Yeah.
Okay, Rondell. So what are April's strengths?
April's creative. She's creative. Like I am. I'm off the cuff. I like to pull stuff out of from nowhere, right? And I like the process of having something to bring it through into reality. Mm-hmm. April likes to ruminate in things. Like her creative process is sitting with the problem and looking at different solutions, trying to figure out what the best. She takes a lot longer to create. Her creative process is longer, but it's usually more creative than mine. The ideas that come about is like, oh damn, I would have never thought of that. She babysits things, or I'm just like, this, and then at the end product, I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. You see that?
That's a Leo thing. That's a Leo thing.
It really is. It really
because his creative process is much slower as well than mine, and I'm just like, come on.
Yeah,
and you have to be patient with it, right?
Yeah, I have to stew in it. I have to let it process. Where she's like, it's taking too long. Why is it taking you so long? It's like,
we have a trigger word. we have a trigger word, just. I'll be like, just make the thumbnail. I'm like, it's been an hour. Just make the thumbnail. And that's that's the trigger word. It's like, what do you mean just? I have to do this. I need to, X, Y, Z, and L, P. That's
right.
Yeah.
So who makes all the travel plans?
Yeah, I do.
Me and details, I don't like them.
I'm very micro, and he's very good at the macro.
Our stuff really complements each other. Seriously, I'm a morning person. She's a night person. I don't want to touch the details. She loves just wallowing around in the details. You know what I mean? Like we got here, and several different local expats have reached out to us, want to kick it with us. Like, I kick it with people, but I want to make this money. Like, I'm on like I got this thing in my heart now. I'm trying to get this cheddar, and anybody coming in between me and doing my work is a problem. April wants to go to dinner parties. April wants to go get some drinks, but she don't even talk. She wants to go, and then I end up.
It's interesting. I think it's because like I consider myself an introvert. But back in the States, I had my friends, my work family, and all that was fulfilling for those outside relationships.
Right.
But traveling, it's us. It's our intimacy. It's our relationship. And I don't necessarily have, and because we move around a lot, we don't have a place where we have friends constantly or keeping in touch or building relationships like that. So a lot of times I'm like, so open to meeting people and building relationships while we're abroad and finding out our tribe. Like when people reach out to us, I'm like, hey, they may be tribe.
And please don't get it twisted. If I'm coming to the party, I'm gonna party. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time.
I like to be there.
Right. She likes to make sure that I get there.
I'm not the most talkative person, so I enjoy being in the atmosphere. I enjoy building the relationships, but I'm not really just a person that's going to talk about like those, what do they call them? Those
small talks.
Yeah, small talk. I'm not really a small talk person. Rondell is really good at bringing life to places, making sure the conversations don't go dead. Like he is the life of the party, the life of the conversation. So even though I want to go out, like him being there is just gonna like up the ante of everything.
Yeah.
So it is a yin and yang. It really is, because like I don't mind doing it, but I'm so focused on this other thing, these other projects, my wife's like, nah, we going.
We compromise.
Yeah.
You do need to balance it, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to have a social life, and you've got to have interactions and start trying. Like, if all we did was work.
Well, there's a saying. It goes, you're only as successful. You're 3 people away from the person that you need to know, and you're only as successful as your relationships that you cultivate. So, I know. You're not going to be successful in a vacuum. You know what I mean? So I do get it.
So April, do you go and just people watch?
Sometimes I people watch, but for the most part, I try to build those relationships too. I think I'm awkward sometimes talking to people or trying to have conversations, but I do talk. But then I'll let Rondell take over if he starts to talk.
And you got it.
She is, for a long time, I really didn't understand, because like I really don't. I have I'm just turned 49. Like I done did a lot of partying. Like the party's like, all right, I'm cool with that. I'm over it. But like, what was I about to say? April, I would question. She want to go to these different parties. I'm like, what? And we go, and I have a good time. Come home, I'm kind of lit. I'm like, all right, so. And I'm like, did you have a good time? I took a long time to recognize like she actually had a good time. I'm like, man, but you just sat with one person like over in the corner all night.
I like the atmosphere. I like the vibe, and that feeds me.
That like it took me a long time, like early in our relationship, to figure out that's her good time.
But you really do have a good time. You don't have to hit everybody in the party. You have a good time talking to the person. The conversation is in depth. It's entertaining.
That's what he does. And I always run around worried that I've dragged him out to this place and he's not having a good time. and I gotta go, do the song and dance to
Mhm.
make sure he's having a good time. And
Mhm.
yeah, and he's had a good time. I'm like, well, okay, I ain't
I-
gonna worry. I ain't gonna worry about it now.
Exactly. Exactly. So that was a big deal.
Could you give Gail's information that you guys use to
Mhm.
assist with the D7 visa? Yes, it is relocate2portugal.com. Tell her we sent you. We're not affiliates. I don't even know if she's got a program. Relocate2portugal.com. Walter is part of the Yarbrough family. Walter Blake. Okay.
All right.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Walter.
What up, Walt? What's happening?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
I love that name.
Here for the first time and excited. We're glad to have you.
Glad
Thank you,
to
thank
have
you,
you.
thank you. Auntie Trey. Was he a DJ? He has that DJ spinning voice. Must be talking about
Gotta
Mr.
be talking
Rondell.
about Rondell.
He wants to be.
I'm thinking about DJing lives actually in the different countries for the different music. That's like when I travel, I like to try the different liquor and I love to find out what music that they listen to. I love music.
That would be cool. That would really be cool.
It would be a fun thing. Checking in from your old stomping ground, Merida.
All right.
Where the-
Honest
Hey,
Goddess, glad you're here.
stay cool.
The Yarbroughs and both of you inspired me to convince my family to consider a second residency.
Wow.
Dude.
Thank you, Carrie.
Do it, Carrie. Corey.
Seriously.
It's Corey.
Is it Corey? Okay.
K-O-R.
See, and I've got my glasses on and still.
She need more medicine.
I guess I need more medicine in my glasses. I'm looking for the cues for questions. Yeah, we are working towards the second home. Okay. BJM, how do you handle needing a little personal space sometimes? Oh, how do you handle needing a little personal space sometimes when traveling together?
Probably a spacious Airbnb.
Mhm. Or time you had your own friends, you go do your own thing.
That's
Like,
true. Or, if we're somewhere long enough or in a place that's safe, walkable, then, maybe I'll go to a cafe or go somewhere, go to the park, you'll go outside, take a walk.
I ain't got no
something.
problem going to a bar, just posting up. It's do what you got to do. And we both that's something that we both know we need. So she will in this Airbnb we have here. It's an open floor plan, and like the living room is completely separate from the bedroom. She'll be camped out in the living room, and I'll be in the bedroom doing my thing. So
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I remember seeing one of your videos from Mexico. I think you guys were still in Guadalajara. And you were showing a 2-bedroom place and how you move the beds aside to create. You were still doing the kids thing because you had the little stuff behind you, VIP kids or whatever it was called. And you used one of the bedrooms as like your office, studio, whatever. And I was like, yeah. So we had been looking for a 2-bedroom place because it's like, if we could leave this stuff permanently set up and we're not having to tear down because it's in the living room, that can create extra space. Because one person could be in the living room. We're coming from almost a 3,000 square foot house down to a European.
yeah.
Right?
That little compact kitchen.
Real talk, right?
Is that the biggest culture shock? Like as you travel, like the miniature everything, because that was a big deal for me. Like, dang, why is only 2 hours on the stove?
Yes. The little coffee pots.
Yes, oh, that makes me so
Give me
mad.
a real coffee. I wanted the last Airbnb we stayed when we talked to you guys. We were in Puerto Vallarta, and it's like I wanted to write him and say, "Dude, put a real size coffee." I almost went out and bought him one and left it. Buy a real coffee pot because people like to, if they're making their own coffee, they want to make a pot of coffee. I had to make like 2 and 3 pots of coffee for both of us to get enough coffee. Yeah, real coffee
That's the
pots
problem.
and real refrigerators.
Small refrigerators. This one did have a full size refrigerator.
You can't do no small refrigerator. We refused the Airbnb. We're moving tomorrow to another Airbnb, and we went through several because they had these. I'm like, what am I going to be here for a month. What am I going to do with this refrigerator?
And
Come
that's
on,
the
bruh.
thing. You want to rent it out for a month, but you got a little hotel style refrigerator in there.
Yep.
Ain't nobody eating out every single day if you stand there for a month. So, and then the other thing in Europe, they're just smaller. Even when it's a full size refrigerator, it's a smaller refrigerator. And so getting used to going to the market every day because
Regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they pick the fruit and vegetables ripe. They
Yeah.
either
Okay.
it's hard to find like green bananas and stuff like that. So you buy for the day or the next day because that stuff's gonna go bad. Even in the
Mm.
refrigerator,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it
gonna go
will.
bad. So
Interesting.
yeah, you see the little ladies walking up with their little rolling
Going to their
carts.
Mercado.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yeah.
going to the
Every day.
supermercado or the mini mercado or whatever, and doing the damn thing. So let's see, how do you handle? Okay, so that was the personal space. Any plans to visit Lisbon, Portugal, Mr. and Mrs. Yarbrough?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes because
Mhm.
Portugal has been on our list, and
Mhm.
whenever we make it over there to Europe, that's definitely one of our spots
Mhm.
that we're gonna stop at.
We are looking at Europe, probably starting in the Eastern Bloc whenever Putin get done doing the hell he doing.
You know.
We'll be heading over there early next year. I'm thinking, well, after the winter, you
Probably
know,
around spring.
spring of next year. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Hop in
okay.
on y'all.
Yeah, you got to.
We'll
You
do
got
another
to.
interview in person together in the same room. That would
Sounds
That'll be
be
live.
good.
That'll be live. That'll be really
right.
live. Yep. Yep.
Definitely. We our apartment is in the city of Lisbon.
All right.
So yeah, so when you come to Lisbon, see, okay, Greta, let me just tell you, I'm gonna tell they dirt. I'm gonna tell you what they said to us when we were talking to them one on one. They were afraid to go to Portugal because they were afraid they would love it like we do.
We lost a lot of people. We lost like three sets of travelers who was world travelers until they got to Portugal.
and then what happened?
They got stuck.
They got residency.
They got that residency
They
and got
stayed.
stuck.
Yeah.
You know.
It was
They-
I
fun.
tell you what, you said something earlier about blending. Blending's a big deal. Like we've traveled a lot of different places and we stick out. We just stick out. You know what I mean? And not even before we open our mouth. But Ecuador, we seem to
Yeah,
meld.
I wouldn't
somehow.
say like we don't necessarily blend in, but I don't know, people don't pay attention
Yeah.
to us. We don't stick out.
Yeah,
So
we don't
and
stick
that's
out.
been nice.
So where have you stuck out the most? Because y'all have been to how many countries?
I don't know. 18, 19,
21.
21.
Okay. Okay.
China.
China, yeah, easily China, because everybody was up to right here. You know, dreads. What's the word for here? I didn't know much
Tofa.
Chinese. Coca.
Tofa.
Tofa. No, get your hands out my hair.
Yeah, because it came from almost every age group except for not so much like the college age or maybe the
Yeah.
20-year-olds, but the little kids.
Mhm.
They were so fascinated. The older people may have been disgusted. I don't know. Some of the
it was
looks
always
were
look like.
some of so it just and some I don't know, middle-aged people probably just curious. So I
Okay.
felt like there were just a range of emotions that people just kind of projected when they saw us in China.
How much did you feel anti-blackness? Because
That's a good question.
because black folks are just one micro of the whole
See,
tourist vibe, right? Like there's people coming from Europe, there's people coming from other parts of
You're
Asia,
right.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
but this is that Leo thing. In my mind, I feel like I'm celebrated everywhere I go. I always, when I walk into a room, I feel like everybody's like, "Oh, Rondell is here." I'll tell you no lie. I went to the gym in China, and I was like, you know what? You give me half off a membership, I'll let you guys take pictures of me and use it on your billboard. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I wish I could be lying, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. The most uncomfortable I felt. I'm sorry. You want to say
No,
something?
go ahead.
The most uncomfortable I felt was in a black country. When I was in Belize, went to Belize, and I went to the gift shop of one of those little cockers we're on, and they had all the black penises, all the Afro dolls, and I was just like, man, this is like super racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
Wow.
You know, I noticed like we see those in different countries.
Yeah.
You remember them from
All the
Belize,
Jamaican
but I
stuff.
remember them from like other places. It'll just be like penis keychains, like brown
Yep.
penis keychains,
Yep,
or
yep. Thailand was good for
a
that too.
mammy looking
Yep.
figure.
I've seen mammy looking figurines just about every single country that we've been to.
Yeah.
Except
Not
maybe
just like-
Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I just haven't seen them. But wait a minute. But brown penis keychain. What are we talking
Oh
about?
yeah.
This may have been Bali, but I remember one of the markets, and they just had all of these keychains.
Oh yeah, bottle
Like,
openers.
yeah,
Talk about Yaman.
Are you serious?
I tell
In
no
some
lies.
places,
Yeah. Kind of like, wow, this is.
We
Oh my
went
God.
so in Quito. We went to Mitad del Mundo, middle of the world,
Mhm.
and they have in the middle of the world monument
Oh yeah.
is also a museum. Like as you make your way to the top,
They do
and
us so
the
wrong,
way
y'all.
they depicted Afro-Ecuadorians, it's like everyone's like beautiful shades of beige and tan, and then Afro-Ecuadorians are the color black,
Charcoal, like they burn some
not
stuff to
brown.
make the paint, and then bright red lips. I mean, we get done so
I'm
wrong.
like, have you
y'all. My God,
have you
dang.
ever seen an Afro person, a black person who had black skin and bright red lips? Like,
Right.
in person.
I was trying to find a picture, but I won't. It's just
Of course not.
their depiction of Africans was whew,
Yeah,
jeez. So anyway, there's that.
Wow.
she was called like Mama Negra or something.
Mama Negra.
And then there's Negrita. Negrita, I think, is a costume that they wear in Colombia and Venezuela. That's basically, we would call it blackface. But then
Mhm.
you see black people wearing it as well.
Yeah, that's where I saw Colombia.
Disfraz, I think disfraz is how you say costume. Disfraz negrita, something like that. I think it's very interesting that the planet has it's planet-wise has this anti-blackness, and I really think that they're pissed at us because they left the motherland for all these places that were rough, didn't have no food, cold as hell or hot as hell or whatever, right? And they're like pissed at their mommy and daddies because y'all know that this set of human beings came from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So all y'all are children, our children.
I feel like well, you know what, before, and this is something else, before traveling the world, right? I felt like we as black folk, we just flavor. We're flavor. Like everything is, like this is tofu, the world is tofu, and here we are to spice it up, right? But I gotta tell you, the more we travel, man, I love that Mexican flavor. I love like the different China got rhythm.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We
they
talking
do.
all this stuff, boy. They like to dance, they like to party. Yeah. So like everybody but our European brothers, they, the rhythm don't seem to be there with it. You know what I'm saying? But that extra flavor, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And it would also is interesting, especially in Mexico, because I still take Spanish lessons, and I was listening to How to Spanish podcast, and they did a whole thing on the African influence in Latin music. That's right.
I took a
So
class.
it all comes back. It all comes back to the motherland. It all comes back, and even though a lot of the folks in Africa don't want to claim us because they can't tell what tribe we come from, which is, so maybe it's not an anti-blackness. Maybe it's an anti-diaspora.
There it is. That's what I think it is. That's exactly what I think it is. And okay. This is it's a whole bunch of layers to this. It's an onion, right? It's a whole bunch of layers to it, obviously. But I do feel like there is an anti-diaspora. And I think it's two ways too. I think there's a lot of self-resentment and stuff too inside of us as well. You know what I mean? There's a fear of Africa, a fear of the motherland because of what we've been sold and told, So it's just a lot of education waiting to happen. And that is a big reason that we travel. There's because one thing that, our mantra, we don't say this enough. We're going to start saying on our channel much more often, all over our website, is to live, love, and learn abroad. We are one, and we try to spread love, see love, recognize love, and acknowledge it as we move through this earth too. So
yeah, definitely. And I think that I don't think that you leave this earth as woke if you haven't traveled. Travel really, it's like it makes you like kind of inspect your own beliefs.
Yes. Yeah.
about yourself
Yeah.
and about the world, right? But you
Yep.
learn so much and you realize you don't know, like, I don't know shit. Like, I don't know
Yep.
anything.
Yep. You recognize how much you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's wisdom. That's wisdom. That's the truth. That's the major reason that I like to travel, for the epiphanies. Like for I want to get put in an uncomfortable situation so I can discover things about myself and about, wherever the place is or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
I love that's my high. That is my high. Epiphanies of growth,
I love it. So, to the Yarboroughs, what countries do you have or hope to have residency in?
Whoa. I don't know. Like, okay, so I didn't know about Ecuador. When I got here, I was like, I could see this happening. We want different regions of the world, obviously, so we can live, 3 months over here, 3 months over there, 3 months over there. Man.
So Ecuador has us considering
Thailand.
just looking into it, because I know it's super affordable.
I use college degree at $800 or $1,200, something like that. Yeah.
What's the criteria?
One, they have a few different visas. Don't quote me on this. We still need to go to the consulate, check all this stuff out. But if you have a college degree from an accredited university, you can get citizenship. You just need to pay whatever kind of stuff you need to pay to get it. You can also do a investment visa or investment citizenship with $42,000. So I could buy me a house and boom. And they have a bunch of different ones as well. So
we're going to do our research, right?
Yeah,
and then do a video about
that
it.
video will be coming shortly.
So you don't have to have any money in the bank if you've got a degree.
I believe so. I believe that is correct. Yeah. From an accredited university.
All right. So Ecuador's on the list. What else?
Well, the plan is to travel to find those places. We came to Ecuador and we were impressed by Quito. And they use USD here, so that's nice. You haven't had to worry about converting anything. But that's our plan, like traveling around and finding those other countries that we'd want to get citizenship in.
So we're looking at
residency.
Like now they have all these different digital nomad visas that are popping up everywhere. So we're trying to get the ins and outs of them, because I think there's probably like a lot of tax liability on the back end of that or some other stuff. So getting an understanding of the country, seeing how big the negative blackness is inside of that particular area, because it's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So seeing what that's going to be like, and just going, touch a foot in these places and seeing, I would love to get to Africa and be like, man, this place feels like home right here. That would be awesome. I've always dreamed of going to the car as a child. So we don't see. We don't shake.
We get that question a lot about why haven't you guys considered Africa? Why isn't it on the list, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm just going to say, we celebrate you moving to wherever the heck you want to move. That's why our ancestors died, sweated, everything else, so that we could have some privilege up in here. And so, right. And so wherever you want to go, we're going to cheer you on. But for us, the infrastructure still wasn't there. It just was not there. So like my stepmother goes there it seems like every other month, because we still got family there. And so, between Joburg and Durban, we're talking about rolling blackouts.
Yep.
Julian just did a video about
I know.
48 hours of blackouts over there.
Wait. They did not. Wait. They did not have electricity for 48 hours.
At least Julian, fellow YouTuber, who's over in South Africa right now, he just released a video about it, and it seemed like it was on and off all throughout the day. But I think it totaled almost 48 hours, and at least in his building.
Wow. I mean, just wow. If you have your own generator, then that's great. But so best coffee.
Ooh.
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Really? Why?
Vietnam. I don't know.
Did you drink it on
Well, you're saying Vietnam. I'm gonna say Colombia.
Okay.
Oh, Cuba. No, Colombia. Colombia.
You say Colombia?
I say Colombia, but no, Vietnam. That was a good cup of coffee, man.
Just I don't know. Their coffee was really good. I think they're up there with one of the world's best producing coffee regions.
It's the largest coffee producing region because they produce that instant coffee, but they do make a good cup of coffee too. It's different. They make it different. It's heavier.
Yeah.
It's stronger.
Okay.
And they have this
Yeah.
one with, I think the Vietnamese coffee is like with condensed milk.
Condensed milk.
That's
Yeah.
what I was going to ask. Did you
Good.
sweeten?
And she
Sweeten condition?
loved it.
I think so.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
See, I got I got too many hips for that.
Oh, you are aficionado. My question: do you like any of the specialty blends, the V60s, the Chemexes, any of those?
He just
I
likes
love
it
it.
dark.
I just like it dark and strong.
Me too.
Dark and
But I like
strong.
Yeah,
I like
my
this, I
man.
like the Chemex.
Mm.
Okay.
What are the 3 countries you would like to have residency in? So they kind of answered this question. And I'm going to predict when they come to Lisbon, Portugal, and the English speaking Black community just wraps their arms around them and the coolness of the Black community there, they're going to be like, we home. We home.
What kind of winter does
At least
Portugal
one
get?
of them.
What kind of winter? What kind of winter does you guys have over there? Is it like a really cold one?
We haven't experienced a winter yet, but from everything that we're being told, it gets cold. It depends on where you are. If you go to Porto, it gets a lot cooler. It gets a lot colder, and it's damp, a lot more rain. And then as you come further down, they say it gets cold, but we're from Denver. So when you say cold to me, you're from Michigan. When you say cold to me, what are you talking about? Because I'm used to blizzards and stuff like that. I'm used to bone freezing cold.
Right.
But-
It's levels to this. Right.
Yeah. So I think maybe light cold to me from what everybody is saying, but they get cold, and it's like, yeah, it's a whole different story when you're coming from the Midwest or Denver, the center of the country. So we've experienced cold.
I think
I tell y'all what.
it gets down into the 40s, I've heard, and can get into the 30s at night.
I want to do like for travel porn, travel fantasies that I want to do. I like to go where the Black people are not at. I'm a settler. I like to build. I want to build community. I want to go to some.
He wants to go to Norway.
For a few months, man, for 6 months or something, you know what I'm saying? And shovel snow and throw some logs in the fire for
And
a
he
minute.
wants me to come too.
The Florida girl. The Florida girl. The Florida
We
girl.
writing
in
grants. I'm
Norway.
writing proposals. I'm trying to send proposals to Pepsi, to Sony to get this trip sponsored. I think it would be interesting
But
TV.
I'm open. Okay, I'm open to going to these ridiculously cold places for a period of time, not to live there. Like that's the thing. I'm like, we ain't living there. But if we want to go make some content, just give me a heater, a heated blanket, stock up on some hot chocolate, and we should be okay.
So what's at the top of your residency list today? What's at the top of the list? We know that you've only been to 21 countries. And I'm being facetious here, but what's at the top of your list today?
That's a good question.
I feel like it's only 2 countries. Right?
What are you gonna say?
I think it's between Thailand and Ecuador.
Okay. Thailand, Ecuador.
This is a conversation we haven't had. We're doing this live right now.
You're getting it live.
I know. Live with Yarbrough.
We enjoy Thailand, and I think
a lot.
we enjoy the community in Thailand. Like what's being built
I enjoyed the cost of living.
Oh yeah,
also,
okay, yes,
girl.
that was beautiful.
Shoot.
But we also enjoyed like the community there, and it sounds like the community that we enjoyed in Chiang Mai sounds like what's in
Portugal.
Portugal and in
It does.
Lisbon right now. So
family dinners, you know what I'm saying? Christmas with large groups.
get-togethers. Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna take Mexico off the list.
You're right.
I won't take Mexico is just so huge. It's vast. There's so much there.
So much that we love there. Like Mexico, there are a couple of places in Mexico that I really miss. Boy, and let me tell y'all something. Everybody that's out there, Mexican food, don't take it for granted, y'all. It's hard out here. It is hard out here. These people can't cook. Entire countries that cannot cook.
Oh, really? I gained 8 pounds in Mexico.
Gee, that's all right.
Just-
I gained 20, but it's okay.
Just
It
eating
was a
them
happy
tacos, them tacos, them tacos.
Oh my God, yes.
Them
And the
tacos.
cerveza.
We finally found the taco spot, and it was literally right next door at this what I would call a pop-up restaurant. They were mixing it up.
problem.
You find your neighborhood taqueria,
Yeah.
it's over.
It's
Okay,
over.
Mhm.
So Talanda wants to know, do you still like Merida?
I like Merida, but
Merida's too hot. I love
It's
Merida,
hot.
but it's just too hot for me.
And
I will
mosquitoes.
say, and the mosquitoes, I forgot about those. But we were in really good shape in Merida because we sweated every
Yeah.
day. Every day.
Yeah.
Merida's nice though, but
I like Merida. I like the community that's there
Yep.
also. But weather-wise, it was just a bit too much. And the mosquito, it was just, we were fighting every day.
It was a
Mosquitoes
battle.
in our
it was about
I was
electric.
fighting them in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, I'm through fighting mosquitoes. And, as soon as I got home, there was a mosquito in the house. Because, we get them here, but not like Mexico's on another level. I just got used to things crawling on me. So
I just got used to sucking in Raid every day, all day.
Mhm.
Just spraying it
Mhm.
all
Let's
day.
check
Sprayed
this out.
before we left.
Let me tell you about
before we leave
Ecuador.
the house.
We ain't seen a roach since we've been here. We've been here for 2
True.
months. Ain't had a mosquito since we've been here. No mosquito bites or anything.
6,000
months.
feet.
Look here, coming through Central America, all those little countries we went in. You know what I'm saying? I was, and it was cool. And we hit here, and it's like I got fried. You know what I'm saying? Like I get dark. When I lived in Texas, I was considered myself dark skinned. I got burnt up coming through Central America. Then I got here, and it's like. It was great. It was really nice.
So can they cook in Ecuador?
We have cooked more than we've eaten out. So
She's so nice. I don't like the cooking here. I don't. I like the access to the fresh foods.
okay.
I like the access to the fresh beef and
The
free range
affordability
chickens. The
of
affordability is ooh. So
So
and I like
you don't
to cook.
even have to translate the money. So
Yep.
how much less expensive do you believe the groceries are there compared to the States?
Oh Jesus. So like a head of lettuce costs 30 or 40 cents.
As opposed
A
to
steak, a
groceries?
T-bone
Oh
steak,
my gosh.
a
We've
16-ounce T-bone steak
T-bone
cost me
steaks.
$3.28.
We've
Oh.
seen tomahawk steaks in the grocery store for like $7 and $8.
Like it's at least it's less than half the bill of the States.
But it depends. Like the meat is really inexpensive, at least the beef. But some things or some imported items,
Imported items,
peanut
are
butter,
expensive.
honey, for whatever reason, also cost like $8 for a regular container.
Their import taxes
See.
are ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's why I have to, the peanut butter thing, I had to check it out. So I had to check it out. And I want to give a shout out to the alpha male. But first, I'm going to has anyone been to Singapore or that region? Have you guys been to Singapore?
The airport.
We've been through
only.
Singapore
We-
and we've been in Southeast Asia for about a
We
year,
were in the airport for like 18 hours.
right? Nice airport.
Beautiful airport.
You were there?
Yeah, just the airport.
Just
but
the
we were
airport.
in Malaysia, so that's the
Yeah, we're right
region,
next door to
'cause
Malaysia
that's,
for a while.
Yeah.
Kuala Lumpur was amazing.
And Kuala Lumpur, like for those people who like to travel, check it out. And if you haven't been to Southeast Asia, make it happen. Once you get over there, I know the ticket is a little bit expensive, but you can hop around from different countries really inexpensive.
I feel like it's similar to being in Europe,
Being in
like
Europe,
Yeah.
yeah.
there and being able to hop around the different countries.
And
easily.
that's our goal. Once we're in Portugal, it'll be a lot more, cost efficient to hop over to Southeast Asia. We'll not go to China. We'll not be going to China, but some of the other,
I still want to see the Great Wall.
you can see the Great
Oh
Wall.
yeah,
That was
right,
cool.
Right.
I
That
will,
was cool.
I will bless him on his way.
I don't want to catch no case though, but I ain't got no hair either, so they ain't gonna be trying to mess with my hair. But yeah, somebody come up with a camera in my face, I might have to,
Look, I had to push an old man. Like
Oh,
they
Jesus.
don't tell it. Don't talk.
No,
about
no,
it.
you can say it. You can say it.
We had the grocery store. I guess like it's a different elder situation in this particular city. I really didn't recognize this dude. Thought he was just gonna jump in front of me, and I was
There's-
like, "Bruh,
There's no
yeah,
personal.
just
personal
relax.
space." like personal space is different everywhere you go,
Yeah.
right? But
That's true.
China's personal space is too
But-
close for comfort.
Yes.
But
Yes.
Rondell, you know, when we went to Greece, we went to
Mhm.
well, we were in Olympia,
Yeah.
and
that
and
moment.
and there was a whole lot of Chinese tourists, and oh my
Ooh.
God, they were like almost knocking her over, trying to
Yep.
no personal space. And I'm the opposite. It's like, you know,
back
you better step
Yep.
back.
Yep.
I,
Yep. I got problems.
Yeah.
Flashback.
I got issues. I got crazy issues. I'm crazy.
So I'm going to tell my story in a second, but I just want to give a shout out to Alpha Male. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
the
Alpha
super
Male.
chat. Y'all, the super chat and super thanks and super stickers and all of that go to our scholarship fund for anyone who wants to do any of our challenges or courses. We don't keep the money. We give the money to folks who are trying to get their money straight.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
So we
Beautiful.
thank you for that. And Lamar and Angela are in the house.
Hey, Lamar and Angela.
So we interviewed them about 3 weeks ago.
They live in Querétaro.
Querétaro.
Oh,
Mexico.
Querétaro.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
moved
that's a
there.
nice city.
Yeah.
That's a nice city.
Yeah.
It is a nice city. And what they got their huge place for and everything else, I was like, oh. We know that we're giving up space by living in Western Europe. We know. April's a trooper through the rain, hikes and heat. Does she miss girly indulgences and indulge when she gets a chance? And if so, which ones? From the professor.
When I get a chance, yes. Like when we lived in Thailand, some things were just more affordable, like getting those Thai massages. You get
Jesus,
a
yes.
30-minute massage
Oh.
for what, $5?
$5. Two ladies on my back, little itty ladies walking all up down my back. Oh,
Yeah. I'll get my nails done in certain places, things like
Mhm.
that.
you just checked that here, didn't you?
Yeah. I think just a manicure here around the corner from this Airbnb was $5.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
Oh
also
my gosh.
Mhm. No, it's not like with gel or anything like that, just a regular. But
still.
there's a spa place not too far,
Mhm.
and just
She
the
just
deals-
told me last night that
I
we
sure
were doing
did.
this one.
I
Yeah.
was like, 2-for-1 deal on Mondays and Fridays. We're going.
Okay. And then what about hair care products? So both of you wear your hair natural,
Oh, he's
which,
gonna go grab them.
which has its own set of
Challenges.
things that you need. Yeah, I suppose challenges, but I actually prefer my hair natural. I was doing the flat iron thing and it just ruined my hair and I couldn't get my curl back. So this is chopping it all off and starting
Okay.
all over again. Because So all right, let's see what you use. And can you find it there?
No, actually, we picked.
Actually-
it's too bright. You can't. It's African shea butter. It's a big tub
Okay.
of shea butter that we picked up when
Aha.
we were in the States last, and so this is gold. Also, when we were in the States last, I had been wanting
Melanin.
to try melanin hair care from Natural 85. She's been a
Okay.
natural hair YouTuber for ages,
Oh, okay.
and finally has her product. Love her stuff.
And she ships worldwide.
Okay.
But we haven't got
hair care.
melanin.
Melanin,
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
Shout out.
But yes, before we went back to the States, we would grab oils that we were familiar with at the store.
Mhm.
Tea tree oil
Mhm.
and what kind of like peppermint oil and
Well,
some
we see
argan oil, things like that.
You see those oils around the world too.
Yeah.
Like we see them in all kinds of different places. Haven't seen them here. Oh, we did go to a store in Ecuador, right? You see
I didn't look for
different
them though.
different products that you have to use. The biggest advice I would say is know how to read your ingredients.
Yeah,
Know what works well in your hair and know how to read the ingredients.
Yeah.
because once we didn't have this stuff before a few
Mhm.
months ago, and we would just look for different creamy products and read the back and see what was in it and test
Yep.
trial and
Yep.
error and hope that it did well with our hair.
I mean, my baby's being nice. She done used aloe vera leaves,
Well,
aloe
yeah,
leaves.
aloe-
She done went and
aloe.
squoze the stuff out and
Sure
mixed
did.
it with
'Cause
water.
Some
she
like
done,
here in a lot of other countries, they just sell the huge,
she do what she got to do.
the huge
Yeah.
leaf. I'll go and scrape it out and make some gel or
Yeah.
use it however I can. Yeah.
Do what you have to do. Well, of course, you know, in Lisbon, they've got so many Black people, you don't have to worry about that. You'll find your products, your barbers, everything else, your hair braiders, your
Nice.
twisters,
Oh yeah.
and
Some,
everything
like you
else.
said, some places that have that African population, a Black population, you find
Mhm.
more of those hair products. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. So, how do you decide on your next travel destination?
So right now we have a place in mind, and we're working our way toward that country. Like we want to get to Argentina,
Mhm.
so we're just kind of working our way logically on through. Like Peru will probably be next, and just on way through there. Like that's our big destination right now.
And then after Argentina, we want to head over to Eastern Europe. So,
Hopefully things will be cooled out by then. Hopefully,
and we find out about different places or different things that we want to do. Like a few years ago, we found out about the year visa in Albania, in Georgia. And we're like, oh, these are, affordable countries. You can stay for a year.
and there's another country over there. It starts with an L. I can't think of the name of it. But you get
Lithuania.
maybe, but there's like if you start a business in that country, automatic citizenship, and it can be a digital business as well. So just all kinds of different things as we travel and we hear about and look into. Like, oh, this is legit.
So, in the country that starts with an L, is it part of the EU or no?
No, it's not.
Okay. Because that's the thing about Portugal. Obviously, is that 5 years to citizenship, that EU passport.
Yep.
That's nice.
We see it. We saw it. As a matter of fact, we saw it about 3 or 4 years ago when it was a heck of a lot easier.
Easier.
And that's the thing.
Layered now.
When we first started looking at Portugal, I mean, the requirements were just the money and a background check. That's all you needed. Background check. Make sure you ain't crazy. And of course, that improve. Some people still cray. But anyway, you haven't acted on the crazy.
Right.
And some money in the bank or some money coming in. And that was it. Now, them hoops are high, y'all. You got to want it. Them hoops are high.
That's what we keep hearing. And I heard they keep getting more and more layers to it, too.
Yeah.
We'll see.
How do you handle residency in U.S., banking, voting, mail-in? I guess mail-in ballot for voting, I guess.
Mail-in ballots, yep.
Be paid. Yeah, but you guys are moving around. How do you handle that?
Well, we slow travel usually. Like we ran through Central America, but for the most part, we're usually a month or two in a place. Like we're going to be here probably for 2 or 3 months. So we'll do our mail-in ballots. Banking, we're digital bank. We got digital accounts, so that's no big deal. The biggest issue has been like if you get a new credit card, you can't. They won't send it to your a post office box, so you got to get it sent to a relative house, or I had it's not Capital, what's the other card? Barclay. They mailed it to me out here, so that was pretty cool,
Yeah, and I think between Schwab and Fidelity, one of them will mail it to where you are.
Yeah,
but I can't remember which one. And the other one,
Charles Schwab is huge on the international scene. Schwab is
it's probably Schwab then that will mail it to you where you are. And Fidelity is like, nah, you got to y'all got to come back to the States. Sorry you lost your card.
Yep.
We fell in love with the Yarbroughs when they were in Medellin. And when they came to Mexico, that was a wait.
Somebody watched us when we were in Medellin.
Yeah, no, we had like 4 videos made.
So that was the first time you were in Medellin before you came to Mexico. I went back and saw those. It broadened our expat search. Which location was their favorite, Medellin or Guadalajara?
You want to do it on 3?
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Guadalajara.
All right.
Okay, why?
For me, because Guadalajara is just an awesome jump off point. There's lots of different places to go. Go to Puerto Vallarta. We can go over to Morelia. We can go.
You go to Tequila. There's a lot of
other places to go
around. Yeah.
In Medellin, you got what's the big rock name?
Piedra del Peñol.
No,
near the town of Guatapé.
Guatapé. So it's like 2 or 3 different places you can go, but it's not that many different locations to travel to, and we like to travel. So, Guadalajara just offered, day trips, or a 2-day trip, or whatever.
The weather and the views were amazing in Medellin.
Yeah.
If you got a place with a balcony, you're going to love going out there every day.
Like a lot of people really dislike Colombia, but man, Medellin was good to us. Like we had a really good time there.
We did.
We had a,
but we also weren't all up in the tourist area or the expat neighborhoods or things like that. Like we were a bit on the outskirts. So
we suburbs, that's us. Yup.
But there was a safety aspect there for us that we liked and appreciated, that we can go out at any time and you'd see families out at all times too.
Look, I'm grown and we need to on the travel scene. There's this notion like you got to stay hood, you need to stay poor, or you're contributing to, what is it called?
Gentrification or whatever.
Gentrification. Let me tell you something. I'm trying to stay the best place that I can stay, that I can afford. Every place that you go, there is different levels to life everywhere. That's just part of life. And part of me leaving the United States is I would like to live an elevated lifestyle.
You're true, because some people like to live with the locals if they're budget travelers, but all locals are not.
All locals are not poor.
Thank you. They're not poor because the majority of the folks up in this hood are local.
Right.
Right. In this nice hood.
That is correct. We stayed in the suburbs, and guess what? We were the only little people that were little foreigners that were there. They had money. They had more money than us. Shoot.
Right. I'm not mad at you. Because first of all, I get too emotionally involved. And when I see poverty, like extreme poverty, it starts tugging at my heartstrings and everything. Then I want to start trying to fix things. And I did that already. So shout out to Rossini. I hope you're still there because this was 30 minutes ago that he asked this question. So we will pick up the pace here, y'all. But so how is it to keep romantic? So English is not his first language. He speaks so many, I don't know, but all good. How is it to keep romantic in a lifestyle that is very odd to everyday people? Yeah, bopping around is not what most people do.
It's a aphrodisiac for us. It's come on, man. Starlit nights, balconies with the moon in the sky, going different oceans.
You visiting a new place and spending your first nights like going to the local bar, getting a glass of wine or something, like
discovering natural Viagra. Like I drunk this drink and China was like, what the? Whoa!
in China.
It was ginseng and some gin or something. I was like, what? Whoa!
Wow!
Hello, boy.
Ginseng.
Well, they use ginseng here.
They use ginseng in a lot.
I never had ginseng in.
There was something that you said earlier, but you didn't quite finish. You said, I like to have my work argument, but then we gotta, spice it up later. So how do you transition from a work argument back to husband and wife?
Well,
that's a good question. What are you gonna say?
We don't we're really good compliments to each other. So we don't really, anytime we stewing in something, we don't argue. We not that like that's I married my baby to get away from all of that madness. But if we got a disagreement, we talk about it, and it might be a cold bed that night, but it usually get heated up by the morning. It's not. There's a magnetism here where we're not trying to tolerate any distance between us.
Let me also kind of do like a reset. Get back on the same page about things. Pray together. Make sure we're in sync. Just spend some time together without thinking about the work part.
But the romance is easy, man. For us, like I know this is not a conventional lifestyle, but for us. It works. We really, really, really enjoy what we do and what we're doing. So,
and that makes all the difference in the world, really, seriously, because when you don't have the pressure, the outside pressure of somebody else controlling your paycheck. With all the little microaggressions that come along with that, then you have to come home and try to be normal. Right. And so all of that is gone. And it seems to me that our relationship has gotten stronger once that pressure went away. and all of bringing home all of that, and it's heavy on your shoulders, and sometimes we don't even realize it because we're so used to dealing with it.
Yep. Yep.
So
That de-escalation. You don't need that de-escalation period. That's something we don't need in our
Yeah.
house now. You get off work like, just give me an hour. Just leave me alone for a minute.
that's why happy hour is so big here.
Yep.
You try to get happy before you get home so you don't bring the menace home. What do you do to keep your work and personal life balanced? And do you think working outside of the home on your trips would help keep the separation clear? Oh, doing all of the work like at a shared workspace or something like that?
So I compartmentalize. Like, that's why I have to have an office usually, because I put on my mind frame. I need to go to a gym, home workouts. I'll do them, but I prefer to go out to a gym to put my mindset on. So I just have a designated space, and that works for me. What works for you?
I feel like I compartmentalize as well, but we do a good job. Like we're in a season where we really have to put in a lot of effort to make the progress that we want to make. So right now it is a little bit more work than life balance, but we do a good job with taking breaks together and saying, hey, let's, put this aside for a second. Let's go check out this, or let's go do that, or let's go have dinner here. So I think we do a good job with that.
And I feel like early on in our journey, it was more life than work. And now we're in a season where we have been blessed with a whole lot of different resources, and now it's time to put that stuff together. So this season of our life right now is about the grind. You're trying to do it healthily.
Hashtag goals.
Right.
All right. So Alpha Male wants to hear your take on this subject.
Well, I mean, right now for us, it's trying to put things together. So there's a lot of work to be done. There's more work. Yeah, there's more. Right now I'm in the middle of, I've just done 2 bathrooms, changing out vanities, and I hate plumbing. I hate plumbing, but I have to do it since I don't want to pay anybody to do it. So I just finished 2 bathrooms. I have a 3rd bathroom I have to do. Then I have to take our master bedroom and redo the floors, redo the bathroom, paint, the whole works before September 20th.
What?
Yeah, I have to do all this stuff. So right now, it's all about work. It's all about work. Plus, we're house sitting too. So, it's trying to keep my head focused in those spaces and stuff like that. Plus, she has to deal with her parents too. So she'll be flying out to LA to do that. So we just got a whole lot of stuff to do. And I don't have a balance right now. It's like, wake up. Okay, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this.
You got a checklist, right?
Yeah. And trying to get that done. But I know once it gets done and once we are making that move again, the balance comes back in to where, because she has to remind me a lot of times not to take myself serious and to smile, and it's okay. You're going to be okay. And we are going to be okay because we always, we're blessed.
We are.
And I love my wife, and she has to bring me back sometimes.
Yeah.
To say, take a breath. It's okay.
We're going to get this stuff done. It's going to get done because it has to get done.
It has to.
But I tell you, right, one of the things, so y'all know that I've been dealing with, my father's got dementia. My mom's got, I don't feel like remembering. So I ain't gonna remember, and give me some moneyism.
Get out of my pocket.
Oh no, your mama got attitude.
So this sandwich generation thing is no joke. So one of the reasons why Rick and I are planning, are moving to Portugal, why we have done this thing is because of the healthcare system. Is that something that's on your guys' mind as well? I mean, I told y'all the places that I was looking at for my dad were between $6,000 and $9,000 per month. Even if you do the right thing and you save up $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, how long is that going to last? You do the math, right? Meanwhile, the average person with dementia lives a good 10 years
Yeah.
with serious dementia, with needing 24-hour care. So what we doing here? What we doing? This is America.
Yeah,
They
it's
right, because if I remember correctly, what they tell us to do: pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They told us to invest in your 401k because we taken away pensions, all of this stuff, so that when you get to the near the end of your life, or if you have an accident that makes you that creates you have some disabilities now, we will take all that money from you,
yeah,
and you will
Yeah.
die in poverty.
Yeah.
yeah.
I ain't about that life.
It's just it's too expensive. I mean, since we've been back to the United States,
Culture shock.
every day I have to remind her because she'll see the prices. Oh my God, this is just, it's like, baby, you're in America. I mean,
Reverse culture shock is what they call it. Reverse culture shock.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like, the prices for this, the prices for medications, the prices, it's like, you're in America. That's how
Yeah.
it is. And you see in other places, it's not like that.
Been a little bit of inflation, just like from one year to the next. In Mexico, we noticed it, but not like this.
Mm-mm.
Not like this. This is out of control.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
This is out of control.
Well, these are signs of the end, man. Like every empire comes to an end, and like the next. So we believe the next mass exodus. People who from down south up north and then the up north went back down south. The next exodus is out. So we're just trying to pave the road. That's all.
Yeah.
So we're having someone on next week who is the editor-in-chief of Black Expat Stories, and
Mhm.
she's talking about this is the next great migration.
It is. I believe it with all my heart.
Not
believe it with all
back
my
down
heart.
south, but out of the United States.
Yep.
And that we are kind of like at the beginning of this movement that's going to be going on for the next 50 years or so. What do you guys think?
I'm
We
on
agree.
board. I just convinced my youngest son. He's listening to me. And I was like, I gotta go. I said, thank you, son. All right, come on.
I'm trying to
Um,
convince all my kids. I really am.
Get out the house before every floor burned down. It's burning. I'm please. It's been happening systematically for a long time now, and it's just now starting to show. And once it starts to show, a lot more is going to start happening.
I think it's
Yeah,
going to be like
a snowball.
a snowball effect.
I believe with all my heart.
I said, we did not break this thing.
Mm-mm.
It is not our job to fix this thing.
And I worked for years, nonprofit, because I really, you like, all right, well, what we got to do? I'm gonna go to this neighborhood. I'm gonna change this neighborhood. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But damn, okay, I need to work with the parents here. I'm gonna work with the parents. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work with the police. Look, man, I'm gonna find a better way. And then I'm gonna show y'all where it's at.
Thank you.
That's right. We talked about the fact that you are a community organizer. And so when you go to these any plans to visit Buenos Aires, Chile, or Brazil?
Yes.
We definitely want to
All of the above.
go to Buenos Aires.
Buenos
when we hit
Aires
Argentina.
and Brazil is one of my little fantasy countries. It's not on our list right now that we're going to get there, but
Why
I'm
not?
hoping
Why not?
that our channel turns a good profit
We're
and we
on
can
the
run over there.
continent,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
why
I
not?
hope so.
So why isn't it on the list right now?
Monetarily speaking, Brazil, that ticket, boy. But
Oh,
as we
really?
over in Argentina, should be a
I
cheap
think,
ticket. Though.
the closer we are, it should be more
Yeah.
affordable.
Right now, we are trying to start. We try have two different projects up in the air, so money is tight. So we are not trying to splurge on the tickets right now. So it's just kind of going to the spot that's next door, the next cheapest flight, and so on and so forth. So
The
hopefully these
ticket
things are gonna pay
prices, right? It will pay off. It will pay off. We're just going to speak that.
believe it. I
We
believe it.
receive
We're
it.
just
I like what you
right?
said earlier. You told him, you guys said you're blessed and it's going to work out. It is.
It always
I
does.
think knowing that as you go into the storm is like, oh, you're going to be all right.
Yeah. I really think attitude is half the thing. We pray, yes, but prayer without works,
Mm-hmm.
we know what the rest of the scripture is, right? So,
That's right.
so we got to do our part. Y'all are doing your part. We're doing our part, and the rest is up to God. I said,
Yep.
whether it's God, you say the universe, and you put good vibes out, good vibes come back. You put bad vibes out, bad vibes come back. You attract what you create. All of the above, all of the
Mhm.
above. And so Brazil was always on our list as well, but this latest president has taken it
Mhm.
off the list. So we will go to Brazil the next time when they elect
Yeah,
somebody who's not Trump with a little bit of melanin.
For real. For real. He's Trump Jr. For real. Yeah.
and
No.
that's what we've been trying to tell a lot of people too, because you know a lot of people want to get out there, they want to experience things, and we always say one of the things is know where you're going and know the politics of where you are going.
Yeah.
No, it used to be you could do that. Actually, you can never do that. Actually, you need to know the politics on where you're
You need to
going.
know it.
Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, we went through. We tell people, you know, we do a little counseling, and coaching, and we tell people don't go to no country doing a political election, a presidential election. Like places get super violent doing these things.
Yeah.
And we went into Colombia doing a presidential election, and they elected a black woman
Yes,
as the
vice
first vice
president.
president.
Yeah.
And it was the potential for a pretty violent kind of ordeal, and it turned into a big love fest. Actually, turned into a humongous love fest when we were there. Yeah, it was cool.
Well, our one of my tutors, both of the tutors, made me very aware of the election in Colombia. Gosh, months ago, like months and months ago, like almost a year ago, maybe. So I knew it was coming, but I didn't know the exact time, and so I know they were very happy about the outcome.
Yeah. That first liberal president. And so we left there. Then there was a bunch of indigenous people rioting and shutting down avenues when we came to Ecuador.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were just going from political
Timing has just
situation.
been a bit off.
So
We
what?
drive into
What
our
were
Airbnb
they?
and this bridge is on fire.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Like Black Lives Matter, like is on and popping.
Mm-hmm.
So what were they upset about?
I think inflation.
Inflation, education, access to education, and inflation and corruption in the government. So like, look, you need to lower gas prices, you need to lower food prices, or we gonna shut this city down. We're gonna shut every city down, every major city down, yada yada yada. And they got what they wanted. They made some demands, and they got
And the government had, I think, 90 days to follow through on it, or you know, protests will be starting up again.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting. Well, good for them. Good for
That
them.
very. I was like, hey, y'all go ahead then.
Because it don't work here. It does not work here. We done marched and marched and marched and marched and marched and been tear gassed and marched again. And people are still dying at the hands of police. So Halisi and Rick, what are your favorite things about Portugal? You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
I knew he was going to say that so he can do his thinking thing.
I got to.
My baby is a Libra, and everything's got to be weighed and measured before it is said.
That is correct.
So my favorite thing about Portugal, besides the weather, I do like the food, but I think the biggest thing, I just like the vibe of Western Europe. I like the cafe culture. I like chilling outside at a cafe, drinking my €150 cappuccino or latte, right? Not $8 latte, with my pastry that somehow does not add anything to my hips. Maybe because of the hills, and the walking. I love the walking culture, but they have that a lot of places. So the thing that sticks out, so Lisbon in particular has that Western European vibe, that cafe culture. Then added on top of that is the fact that we blend. And that's huge. It's huge not to always be the tourist. It's huge just to go into the mercado and they speak Portuguese to you and you don't understand a word that they're saying. You mime, you figure it out, you leave. But in Mexico, we love Mexico. And we need to get out of the tourist areas because, you know, Rashida said it. I just felt like a walking wallet. And I'm not about that. Felt that in Italy too, though. Felt that in Italy. Like people just everywhere you go, just globbing onto you. Give me your money. Give me your money. Just because you're in Europe does not mean you're rich. It means you know how to prioritize what you want. Right? And we gave up some stuff to be in Italy and not to give you $5 for a beat up rose. So I just don't like that that
friendship
touristy thing. Thank you. As you're taking your watch off the
Right.
other wrist. I don't like feeling like a perpetual tourist. And in Lisbon in particular, but Coimbra too, Sintra too, we just blend in. There are so many people from the African diaspora, either from a long time ago who have only known Portugal as their home or recent immigrants. There are so many that we blend in. So we get to have that Western European cafe culture vibe and still feel like we're at home. Nobody's hassling us, trying to hit us up.
Nice.
Well,
Sounds nice.
you just took most of my answer.
Did I take that?
Yeah, I do like that old European feel. I like the cafe culture. I like blending in. I mean, not being looked upon as a wallet and everything. I just like that kind of old school, the mercados, if I'm saying it right, around the corner, around each corner. It's so funny because when we stayed at the Airbnb, the first one we stayed at, they put if there's if there's two cars parked far enough away from each other and there's enough room for one little table and two chairs, that's a cafe. For real.
For real,
For real. Nobody might show up because it's way off the beaten path. But that's a little cafe.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, what are they thinking?
Yes.
But you know, not the laundry man, the bread man driving around, singing loud, and you know, it's just that whole European vibe, that whole thing that I really, and the safety, feeling safe.
Yeah, they still have community there. It's
Yeah.
not like, you on your own.
Looking forward to it.
Mom and pop shops that know you. And, when our tax number finally worked, putting it in the register, she said, "You're almost Portuguese, almost Portuguese."
You know, and the big thing, and I'm a gun owner. You know, I'm a gun owner, and Second Amendment. I mean, I'm not a gun nut, and there are some things that need to be changed in America. But I love not being in a place that it's about guns.
Yes.
I mean, where everything everything is about guns. You got to have guns. You got to have multitudes of guns and stuff. It's like you get when you get away from that culture and you see how people are living life. No one's shooting up schools. Nobody's shooting up malls and going through all the craziness that we hear every day. When we were out of the country, every day there was a mass shooting in the United States.
Every day.
Every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's the definition of it, and it's normalized. It's becoming normal. We're watching something, and they have drills now for kids. Kids have drills in school now for active shooter drills. Damn,
that's
for real?
crazy to have to go to school to do that. That's insane.
It's insane. It's insane. And so I think, this was one of the reasons why we left. The politics in the United States is one of the reasons. It's not the major reason. The major reason is because we've always wanted to. We just always wanted to. But 45 sped up that process.
Yeah. And my blood pressure stayed low when I was out of the country.
Hey,
I was 125 over 70, 125 over 75. I get back to the United States, 149 over 90. It's like, what?
See? That's that
Real talk.
effect. That's
And
what I'm
that's
saying.
for real.
Reverse culture shock is real. I'm telling you. I used to be, I lived in Detroit, born and raised in Detroit, and I went to school in Texas and came back and moved to Kalamazoo. And every time I hit Detroit city limits, and I love my family, I love my people. I still got homies there, but I just felt that when I hit the city limits. You know what I'm saying? Same thing happens now when I go to the States.
Right.
I'm in the airspace like, damn, we just entered America.
Yeah.
It's true. I did not want to come back. But in order to leave more permanently, we had to come back and handle our business. So one of the things, Creativity Rain says, do you have a must-have deal breaker list for countries/cities that you visit?
So for residency, yes. Visit, no. Residency, it has to be someplace where my wife feels where I feel like my wife is safe.
Like she can go to the mall, she can go to the store, and everything is going to be all right. Visiting, I you know, I go almost anywhere. That's a lie. That's a lie. There's a couple places I won't
Okay,
go.
so let's say
Cleanliness is a big deal. Like
Mhm.
I done heard some about a couple of places in India that I'm probably not gonna go just because everybody come out. Oh man, the smell, the filth is just that and the third, and I ain't dealing with that. No. But my wife is an adventurer
well, I was gonna say business wise and content wise.
for right now in this period of our life.
Because right
Right.
now, our income
True.
is coming from the content that we produce. So if it looks like it's going to be a place that people want to know about, people are going to watch it, people want to watch it, then that'll be a part of the decision of going to a certain country or city.
Okay. If there are any aspiring YouTubers out there, you get paid according to how much a country pays, right? So like Costa Rica looked good to us. We thought people would watch those videos and it'd be exciting, but the CPM on that country was really, really, really low. In other words, you get paid per 1,000 people that watch your video. And like United States is like $10 or $11, people in the States, and Mexico, you're getting like $8 or $9.
Maybe, yeah.
Costa Rica pay you like $4. So like it doesn't make sense to go there if you're gonna try to make videos and make money. Like that doesn't, unless you're gonna be doing millions of views.
Yeah, I think if you're a big YouTuber,
Interesting.
then it's cool.
Right.
You're making money.
Right.
So we have to follow, like here in Ecuador, we're getting like $12 and $13 per million here, per 1,000 here. So it's like, oh man, okay.
we might have to take your course because this is something that I haven't gotten into. I look at the analytics and I've seen the CPM.
Well, it varies according to what country and to, of course, to the audience that you have watching.
The
Okay.
the topic,
Yeah.
the particular topic.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to start looking at the differences between
Mhm.
our videos. So if y'all don't know, the Yarboroughs coach, and if you're an up and coming YouTuber, if you're trying to start a YouTube, they coach, and I will put their information back up, but it is in the description. All of their information to contact them for consulting, to watch their YouTube channel, follow them on IG, Instagram, all of that is in the description.
Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So, deal breaker list for country cities to visit. I'm not going to China.
No squatty potties.
I'm not going to squat to poop. I
Look,
don't
the
want people.
Politics.
elders are
Politics.
very flexible.
Politics.
in China.
That's a deal breaker too.
Okay. And I think it's because of the squatty potties.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
I'm not
That's
that
true.
flexible anymore. Maybe 30 years ago. I don't want to hear people hawking
Yeah, that was
and doing that everywhere.
Shooting loogies.
Everywhere.
Movies everywhere. I
And
don't
on the
wanna
bus, in the
mall.
mall, in the
Like,
mall.
on the floor inside. I mean, it's
floor.
one thing outside behind the 7-Eleven where homeboys peeing, and that's one thing, right? But like in the mall, for real? This is
Yeah.
Old lady, right on the floor. I was like, damn.
it is like I don't know how to. It's like a sound that I
She
cringe
would get all kind of messed up.
because we thought we left and we went to Thailand. And I'm like, we're not in China anymore. We can see the sky. We're walking down the street, and I hear. I'm
Sure
like,
enough, they're here.
were they Thai or were they Chinese tourists?
Chinese tourists.
Chinese tourist.
Or holding a baby up over a trash can while the baby
Mhm.
poops.
Oh, y'all heard all the stories. Yeah. All that's real. All that's
not-
real.
I'm not about that
God.
life. I'm not about that life. So at this point, at 58 years old, I'm bougie.
Cleanliness, yeah, bougie. There it is.
And,
Ain't nothing wrong with it either.
right? I need a clean place. Like, I remember you guys saying we don't do Airbnbs on the first floor. I now know why.
Mm-hmm.
Did that, won't be doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the other thing that we always followed, you guys said too, and we always told people that we got it from you. Wherever you go, get lost
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
so
Oh,
you can
yes.
find your way. And
Yeah.
every time we got lost on every video, we said,
shout out to the
"Shout
Yabros.
out to y'all, bro." They told us, get lost. And
We
we lost,
lost.
y'all.
We lost.
Hey, look, one time that worked against us in El Salvador. We decided to go get lost,
Oh,
and we was
we
like,
turned
"Oh
around.
shit,
We turned
we in
around.
the hood? Nope. Let's
Not
moonwalk
this
up out of
lost.
this one quickly. Baby, get in front of me. Go."
Right? So this brings me to our next question. What's your worst travel story travel story, but where have you felt the most unsafe?
El Salvador for me. We had just gone. There was now the situation has changed a lot there. Their president has locked up a lot of the gang members. But first off, the gangs that they have were made in the United States. Just FYI, made by the United States. FYI,
Video coming soon.
video
And
coming
we-
soon, right? But their gangs would lock down. They owned the government pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The police were paying them off. The government was paying them off, and their gangs were hyper violent. And right before we went, they had went on a murder spree all over the
Yeah.
country.
I think 50 or 60 or
3
something.
days, right? All the
People-
gangs at different parts of the country decided to go out and just kill random people for 3 days. And we went, and you know us, we're like, all right, it's interesting. And we decided to go explore an area. We ended up, and I just started seeing the gang writing on the wall. I was like, oh shit, we done went too deep, honey.
But that was interesting because, we ended up arriving in the country, a few days after
After.
that
Yep.
massacre happened. And we went to El Centro. We went on a guided walking tour, but the Centro was filled with police and military presence, and everyone had a gun.
Right, and I don't mind. I love guns, actually. To be honest, I'm not a fanatic, but when everybody else got one and I don't have one, I have a problem.
Makes a
And I'm
difference.
talking about like our Airbnb. There was a cat
So
in the middle of the street,
a
residents with their
residential
guns, just letting everybody
neighborhood,
know I got a gun too. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to
Yeah.
be here.
Oh, so the police and the military had guns, and then all the residents.
Citizens, yeah.
had
And the
guns as well.
residents had guns too. We go to a store, and this, cat. Everybody was strapped. Everybody had a gun. And I didn't. So
Okay, so that's a
follow the
deal breaker
locals.
for
If
me.
the locals feel like they need a gun, let me tell you something. Something can pop off anywhere.
Right?
Right.
Who asked about deal breaker? That's a deal breaker for me. Like, if we want to be in a place that has a bunch of guns, we stay right here in Colorado, and just go out east a little bit where the cray cray woman is over the Congress, and
Mhm.
everybody's strapping. Not about that life. Not about that life. Okay. But you didn't say what was your worst travel story. So first we'll do the Greta's question, then we'll come back to your worst travel story. Do the Yarboroughs have travel/health?
Insurance.
I guess that's insurance. Yeah.
Our insurance is Jesus. No, we really should have insurance.
Yeah, we
but-
should. We support Safety Wing,
Mhm.
but we ain't paying any premiums right now. So no.
And
Keep it
safety. Yeah, we had Safety Wing as well. I think I clicked on your link.
Oh.
But once you get over a certain age, that price,
Hmm.
it's no joke. It's no joke. So I
Mhm.
mean, the insurance that we got to qualify for our visa for Portugal, which is health insurance for the whole Schengen area, was $356 for the two of us for 6 months.
That's not bad.
Hmm.
Did you have to have that insurance for like 4 months before applying or something like that?
Nah,
No.
I
okay.
had it start when I thought we would be there.
Okay.
Why am I paying for insurance when I just applied? I'm not
Mhm.
there. I can't use it. So I had the start date for October, and so yeah. But $336 for the two of us, and we're young in spirit, so our age.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good though. I mean, whoa.
And
Portugal, baby.
And doesn't that include internet?
No, No, for real. He's not joking.
I'm
So
not joking.
when
really.
I was doing research, I found health insurance which was that inexpensive that included renter's insurance.
Mm.
And so it was, and you could add internet
you
to
could
it.
add internet.
You could add internet
different
to it.
things to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You go to
No
your bank
joke.
and get insurance. You get
Yeah.
insurance through your bank.
Well, the insurance here is public insurance, and it's pretty affordable. It'd be about $360 for both of us as well, which is another reason I like this place. You know, it's good health care. You know what I'm saying? So, lots. Yeah.
Well, to
lots
say
of-
when we're on top of everything,
right.
we either have health insurance through Alliance or Safety Wing, and have had good experiences with both.
Okay.
You got a horror story?
So I'm thinking of the Gross China story, and I'm also thinking of Valladolid Mayan village.
Oh, yeah. Alan.
But, okay, so I get.
We'll give y'all one. We'll give you a horror story. Then you can tell it. You can share, honey, and then I'll give y'all.
This is the
then
one
I'll
that
give you a funny one.
I wasn't allowed to tell. All right, so worst travel experience living in China, and the fact that we had the wet bathroom. You take a shower, everything is wet. There's a wash machine, there's a sink, there's the toilet, everything is wet. There's one drain, and the shower water, of course, goes down that drain, but the drain is situated right at the foot of the toilet.
And the toilet is retrofitted. It used to be a squatty potty, and they retrofitted a toilet. So for the Western people who are going to be the teachers who are moving in.
So we had plumbing issues where when you use the restroom, use the toilet, you flush it, you hear it go down, but it comes up through the drain that the shower water goes down to. So toilet and shower are sharing this drain. And he has a part 2 to this horror story. Mm-hmm. So if you're in the bathroom sitting on the toilet, you have to be careful when you flush the toilet because
a little bit of water is coming up.
Whatever you put in the toilet is coming up through the drain, okay? Between your feet.
Yes.
Ooh.
So
so we get it fixed. We call our school. Like, look, first off, I had to raise hell. I had to raise holy hell to get it fixed, right? We get a plumber over there. This plumber comes and, it's just different, y'all. He took the drain off the toilet and off the thing. He just put his hand down in the drain.
Bare hand.
No gloves. No nothing. I was like, brother. I was like, I don't speak Chinese. I wouldn't interpret it. I was like, I have some gloves for you. I have gloves for you. He's like, I was like, I had to grab my phone to record him doing it because I was like, ain't nobody gonna believe this, man.
Do you have a video?
Oh my god!
I have the video, but it was on one of these old phones, so I don't, I can't look at it. But that's a microcosm of what life there was like. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess that's a macro, but that was like, it's levels to this, and I'm just not on that level.
Look, we got a membership at a gym just to
take shower. Yeah, we got membership. Like we not use this bathroom. We go do this. We got a membership at the gym across the street. All right, so that's one story.
Oh my god!
A lighter story is in Paris. Our first time getting to Paris.
Okay. It was okay. It wasn't too bad though.
In retrospect, it's just travel stories, and we got there, and it turns out we had to get a key to get in our Airbnb.
Our Airbnb host didn't give us all the information that he needed to give. The building had 2 doors there was an outer door with a code and an inner door with a code. And then you're supposed to make your way upstairs and get a key under a mat. But he never told us the codes. And we didn't know. It was before we were living abroad, and this was just a vacation.
This is our first big trip to Europe.
So we didn't have a SIM card.
Paris, what's up?
So we didn't have internet. So we tried to go to a cafe and hook to, get connected to internet, go to Airbnb and be like, hey, we're here, you know, we need a code, and you never provided it. It was also the time where you print out everything.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I had like a book full of like all of our
When the map plus
Conver-
days, yeah.
all of
So
our
we had to break in our
conversations.
building, y'all, to get the key underneath the thing. Yeah, so.
But it was interesting because someone, you know, came out the outer door and we're like, we just gonna go in.
Yeah.
So we went in, and then that's when we realized the inner door needed a code too. So we were
Right.
stuck in the middle, and the light goes out, you know, if there's no movement. So
It was crazy. Y'all.
It
Our
was
first
so-
night in Paris was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Oh,
just travel stories. It's
Yeah.
always something.
So how did you finally get in?
Somebody let us through the other door.
Yeah.
We talked to somebody that let us. He
We're
spoke
like,
English.
Here's
We're
our
like,
Airbnb
you know,
reservation.
we do stay here. We're not gonna
lying.
steal nothing. Yada yada yada. He's like, all right, come on. And then he turns out, I think that person knew the person that
Owned it.
whose apartment
makes
we were
sense, too.
taking. So, but it was like a 5-hour kind of ordeal. Like that's the short version of the story.
And so, you know, that just reminds us of how good we have it now with technology and being
Mhm.
able to, you know, well, we have Google Fi for that reason. So when we land, we can be texting and say, okay, did you give all the information is, you know, to get into Airbnbs and stuff like that. Because back in the day, we were in South Africa like that with printouts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
With printouts stuck at the airport because the university thought we were coming in the next day. And the university was in Stellenbosch. We flew into Cape Town. Stellenbosch is about 45, 50 minutes north of Cape Town because everything's north of Cape Town
Oh, right. Okay.
for the most part, or it could be east, I suppose. And so we ain't got no cell phone service. So finally, how did I do it? Did I call them on the payphone or something? Or borrowed somebody's cell phone? I don't know, but I could. But I called, or maybe I got on internet and started emailing them with my laptop. But yeah, we were stuck at the airport in Cape Town for hours. And then finally somebody showed up with a sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little sign and drove us to our Airbnb. Well, it wasn't an Airbnb back in those days.
No, it was a guest house.
It was a guest house in somebody's backyard.
real nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Rondell,
Okay.
2 questions.
What's up?
First question, where were you when you went into the shower and they had the electricity running on top of the shower to warm the water? I want to make sure I never go there. Second question is, how do you like bidets?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we saw your video. We saw your video.
I didn't know they had hot water. I ain't know. I thought they were just always cold water. I ain't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Limon, Costa Rica. But I guess those what are they called?
Suicide showers.
Suicide showers are. I guess they're all throughout Latin America. I just hadn't noticed until we got to Limon, Costa Rica. I was like, "Yo, that's an art. That's electricity."
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Yeah.
And so if you guys haven't seen the little bidet short, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It truly is.
Go see
You know,
it.
people don't have a sense of humor, man. A lot of people got offended. You know, you always gonna offend somebody, though, right? You always gonna offend somebody.
Yeah, forget them. So
Exactly.
our first experience with bidets was in Europe, and thankfully they were warm.
Not hot.
They could get hot. I think they could get hot. I can't remember.
I didn't experience a hot one.
Okay.
I
So,
didn't. Actually, I put one in here at our house.
We have a bidet spray.
We have the sprayer for it, but it's not connected to hot water.
So yeah, it's cold.
Yeah.
And I forewarned everybody. I said, "You're going to get a cold treat." Just letting you know.
But hey,
They wanted one. I was like, okay.
There you
gotta
go.
do that.
Exactly.
So are there any food items that you miss from the USA?
Texas brisket.
Okay. And we used to really miss like cornbread
Mhm.
and grits, and our friend Kim, she brought some
us a
to
ton.
us
Yep.
when we were in Mexico, so that was really nice.
I miss my mother's sweet potato pie, but I got the recipe now. So, you know, my mother passed, so I wouldn't have that if I was there anyway.
Yeah, I miss my mother's bread pudding.
Oof.
Oh my
Come on.
God.
I'm
Come
not a
on,
bread
now.
pudding fan. With the little raisins and all.
No, she didn't put raisins in it. You
Oh.
put butter in it.
Oh, maybe only white people put
Mhm.
raisins in it.
No, I think, well,
I don't
no.
know. I don't know. I don't know. Chocolate and then chocolate, chocolate.
Mm.
You know, I did notice, with the exception of Europe, the sweets, like the baked goods,
Boy, they lacking. They lacking. They
they're just not
lacking.
the same.
So in my family, and amongst all my friends, I was always the cook. Always the cook. So like
Okay.
I don't, I can cook anything. I can barbecue and I can cook, but I am not a baker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a baker. And a lot of the places that little Airbnbs we have don't have ovens.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I do. So how easily available baked goods were in the United States that were good.
Mhm.
I guess.
Okay. So that's what you miss.
Yeah, confections.
He missed the coffee and half.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't miss anything because I didn't miss anything. Seriously, they had peanut butter, they had chocolate. You can find barbecue just about everywhere, and I can make it. So I'm good. I'm good. So yeah. Have you ever been to South Korea?
We haven't.
We haven't. I haven't. No.
That's interesting that you were over there all that time and didn't get to South Korea. Nothing appealing,
See-
nothing drawing you.
My wife is drawn. I'm not.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but I mean, we were working too, and
Mhm.
when we had when it was Chinese New Year or the Spring Festival, we like, let's go. We were booking it, but we went to Thailand, and
Bali.
Indonesia.
Yeah. So, we just hadn't worked our way over to Korea yet. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We're going back. Southeast Asia is a gem. So we're definitely
Yeah.
heading back over there.
So I think we already answered the question about when they're coming to Portugal. It'll be next spring, and they're coming to visit us.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
We're
That's
going to
right.
do it live together.
Do it. Mark it down. Real talk.
Yeah, put
Mark
that
it
out
down.
there. So I'm going to get back to you, Professor LCH, but I forgot Valerina. How are you traveling through South America? Fly, car, public transport?
From country to country, we fly, and then within the country, we take the bus. Probably.
Yeah. But you'll find out in the next video how we feel about that one.
Well, we took
Because
just long.
The buses in Mexico are very, very nice. Are they like that
They're
all
great.
throughout Latin America?
No,
No.
no,
No.
Oh.
No.
not
So
at all.
Mexico reigns supreme on that one. The buses here are nice, but like in Panama and
Huh. Panama.
They're so I guess unless you're going really
long
far,
haul buses are nice, but the other ones that they do little vans, little like collectivos.
Collectivos.
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta walk sideways down the aisle because it's so narrow,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
collectivo. Mhm.
Yeah.
But the buses here are nice. The buses here are nice.
Okay.
What are some surprising things that most of us do wrong when we travel?
Not learning hello and thank you, yes,
Basic
no,
phrases.
and where's the bathroom. You know what else? Actually, I won't say that.
Well, probably expecting things to be like
Yeah.
they
Not
were in your
expecting
home
culture
country.
shock. Not expecting
Yeah.
a culture shock. It's gonna be different. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Right.
not necessarily worse, but different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. Because you see us out there, and so my second question, I'm gonna add on to Professor LCH, is when you see these wrongs, do they get amplified with the lack of melanin?
Yes. For some reason, and I don't know what it is, but like that privilege thing, ooh, it looked ugly abroad. Ooh, Becky. But man, our first time at Merida, when we were just visiting Merida, this girl was in these loud group of people came into one of the tourist little spots buying something, one of those little gift shops. I mean, loud and ghetto, like what I call ghetto. It was proper English and all, but it was like, oh, I don't want these. This looks like so and so. I was like, oh my gosh, go home. Go home.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
tell
a
you
bad name.
what we did wrong. When we took about a month in Europe, the first time we took too much crap.
Oh, yeah.
The people that are in the streets don't know you, and don't know you just wore that outfit 2 days ago
Mhm.
in another country or another city. They don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't know. So right now, I've been living off of for 3 months, going on 4 months, off a backpack and a carry-on, because all the rest of the clothes are packed,
Yeah.
except for my jean jacket, which I can't find and upset about still. So one of the wrongs that we did was we took too much stuff.
Too
and
much stuff.
I remember seeing this other couple, they had a backpack and a carry-on, and we were looking at them, and all of our 10,000 suitcases were over there in the corner. And I was like, wow. That's why I hate traveling, because we have too much stuff. So I like being there, but the whole weighing the luggage and having to go through all that, even though we've weighed them at home, we know that they're going to check out. Did they change the rules since we left the Airbnb?
Mhm.
I don't know. Did I read it wrong? I don't know.
Mhm.
I hate it.
Because those carry-ons in Europe seem like they just
Yeah,
got a little bit smaller.
The
Yeah,
carry-ons
they're-
in Europe are smaller, right? So,
In Southeast Asia as well.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, y'all, we have been at this for 2 hours. So, I'm going to rush through the rest of these questions kind of.
This is our greatest little tool for travel. This little weigh-in, this little
Hey, that's,
weight.
We got the same
we got the
one.
same thing.
I'm telling you.
It works miracles, doesn't it?
That
Yes.
is,
Yep.
that is,
It does yours give you the temperature and stuff too?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I didn't know it did that.
It
does
gives
that?
you the temperature. It weighs it in kilograms and
Kilograms,
pounds.
pounds, however you want it. Yep.
Yep.
Seriously.
I'm trying to train mine to say my name. Hey, Rick, how you doing today?
Seriously.
Look, that's the best $15 we done spent. I'm telling you.
So, Greta, you heard what Rick said about his blood pressure, and it is back up since we've been back.
Yeah, it is.
Real talk. So, has your guys' health improved since you left the States? Since you're not eating probably as much processed food, etc.
I don't have a measurement. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, so we started in China. Eating in China was hard. So we cooked a lot with whatever we had, and our reprieve,
Yeah.
like we didn't do a lot of fast food in the States,
Mhm.
but
We went
that was
awful. We were super healthy in the States, in fact. Super duper
Yeah.
healthy. I got a child, I was like, I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do. I'm frying chicken every day. If I gotta live in this house, I'm drinking a pint of this. I'm fried chicken, fried French fries.
but like McDonald's was a treat in
Yep.
China because
And Pizza Hut. Yeah, we were so happy. Like, oh, a Big Mac. Thank you. Thank you.
it was just really difficult.
But when we got to Thailand, super healthy. I mean,
Thailand, yeah.
oh my God. The
That food
abundance
looks like
of
it's
fresh
on point.
vegetables.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was I think Thailand and Merida have been the healthiest we've been since we've been on the road.
Okay.
And now here, like our refrigerator is full of vegetables and fruits now. So we're getting back to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the first thing to go. If I'm uncomfortable, the first thing to go is my diet regimen. Like, whatever. Pour me a drink and give me a fryer.
You got to be comfortable. You got to get that comfort. Yeah.
Yep.
Seriously. I understand. When I was stressing out, y'all, trying to get residency in another country while you're not in the States,
Mm.
Yeah.
Can't
It's
even
a
imagine.
challenge.
it was a challenge. It was definitely a challenge. And I was stressed out. I ate cookies every day.
Mhm.
Every day.
Yeah. The challenge is doing your own fingerprints and hoping they're good enough to be accepted by the FBI.
Easy. Did you have to get stuff apostolized and all that stuff too?
No, we didn't have to do that
Okay.
because what they did is they sent, we have the copies of our fingerprints sent from the FBI to a friend's house. And said,
Okay.
don't
Okay.
open the envelope.
Don't open the envelope.
And then when we went and sat in front of in the consulate, he opened the envelope and he
Okay.
told you,
Yeah.
you know,
Now, y'all, if you do this and you go the route of not opening up your envelope, be sure you pay a couple of dollars extra and get the e-copy.
yes.
So
very
you can
important.
make sure you don't show up in San Francisco or DC or something and they open the envelope and say, oh, and you
Fingerprints
get
not accepted.
fingerprints not accepted. That's the least of your worries. The most is that somebody else, they got you mixed up with somebody else or something.
Yeah.
That's what I always
Oh.
do. Because you ain't supposed to be applying for
Okay.
no visa if you got a rap sheet.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
When you go to Argentina, are you going to go to the Antarctica?
Okay. Before I really understood how empty Antarctica was, I wanted to, but I don't think I want to now.
We would love to, but we'll have to wait until we're in a when
When to pay for itself.
when
Yeah.
it can pay for itself.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to sponsor a trip, we gladly accept.
Oh yeah, we'll put it on the map.
But not this time.
I'm about that. Oops. I
Yep.
keep bumping the table.
Yeah, so they're loving Ecuador apparently. I'm looking for questions. Put a Q in front of your question, and we are going to wrap it up with my last question. I'm going to keep looking there. How has this life made your relationship stronger?
It's been the majority of our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're both doing stuff that we love to do. We're finding out our strengths, our weaknesses. Most importantly, like we're seeing our vulnerabilities.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing the breakdowns. She's seeing me freak out. I'm seeing her not how she handles a situation. Like there's not too many situations, and we're together most of the time. So it's not too many things that she doesn't understand how I go through, or I don't understand how she goes through and what she goes through. So,
but I think it's really going to show what we're made of. There's an end goal. There's a place where we want to be at the end of all of this, and it's really, I guess,
in that Black utopia,
right? Just to see how we're facing this together, and to know like how much effort we have to put into it to reach this goal. So we're in the process of it, and I think we're growing in almost every way.
Real talk. Spiritually, now we've both done well. I have gotten massively out of shape, so I'm getting back in shape. The comeback trail. This is what we're going through. Our finances, we're getting this back together. This is what we're going through. We're building it together.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's. If you break a bone and put that cast on and the bone mends itself, at least when you're younger, I guess, the bone is stronger in that spot than it was in any other spot. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting. To me, this life will show if you had a relationship that had a strong foundation in the first place. Because if it didn't, it's going to show the cracks. Like you've heard of the couples like, I'm going to have this baby and the baby's going to bring, nah,
dog. It's going to expose you is what it's going to do. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to expose. So this life exposes who we really are. And for me, I have a breaking point at which I can't do no more. I can't take no more. I'm just going to sit in this corner and be on a pity pot because I'm tired. You've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You saw that expression on his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will y'all write a book about your travels? Oh,
we are maybe.
Mm-hmm. We are for sure.
We have some ideas
for sure. We are
for books.
I'm aggravated that we have not documented more right now. I mean, we had YouTube and all that kind of good stuff, but yeah, literarily speaking, I want to document more. Like, yeah, we're going to put this out on paper because, again, I think this is the next mass migration, and I do have a deep desire to give a blueprint. What we did wrong, what we did right, and what you can do.
yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Have you ever experienced anything scary or spookiness? Anything that made you want to run for your life? Oh, suicide showers. But yeah, that was on my list too. That was on my list too.
So I had some incidents in the United States, and with fight or flight, I fight. I don't run. To my detriment a couple of times. And I haven't had anything on the road like that. I mean,
I haven't either.
And somebody asked about the health. Like, like driving in the United States. I don't care who you are. You know, I'm college graduate doing so and so and so and so. Police get behind me, I already know it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. So, you know,
Here we
I
go.
don't have that issue anymore. I don't internet. Mexico is the only place where we had run-ins with the police, right? And that was during COVID. Someone understood. Other than that, y'all, it's so peace out here. Like, it's man. I mean, literally, chickens wake me up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Roosters or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't explain to you the stress as a black man that you have on your back every day you leave the house. I know this. I've went through it. I can. Every person has every guy I know got stories they tell about they run ins with the police.
Yeah.
That was my biggest stressor in the States, not my bills, but the police. I ain't got that stressor out here.
Hearing you say that, little funny true story. When we landed in San Francisco, we were going through global entry, so we can get our global entry, and the officer that was
The
customs officer that was interviewing us, he was Hispanic. And he asked me, he saw in my passport, he said, I see you have a Mexican visa. And I said, yeah, that's where we're coming from, just coming from Mexico. And he looked at me and he's like, really? He said, is it safe there? I said, dude,
Come
I'm a
on.
black man in America. I feel safer in Mexico than I do here. And he kind of looked at me puzzled and he said, I got you. It's like, you're a custom agent and you're Hispanic and you know nothing about Mexico.
Right.
Nothing.
But I got that from so many Latino associates and friends. Like, you're getting residency in Mexico? Is it safe? I'm like, don't you have family there? So, and I know that shit goes down in Mexico. Shit goes down here. Like, you know, internal stuff. Yes, we have the mob there. Here. Yes, they have the cartel there. There's organized crime everywhere. I don't see it. I hear about it on the news, just like we hear about it on the news here when, you know, somebody gets arrested. So yeah, I get nervous around police. I'm not a man here in the States, but I told you guys a story when we were doing the African Lisbon tour, and Anaki, who has been living there for, maybe he's the one, actually, Rosini, if you're still watching, who's been for eight years. Anyway, a bunch of police pulled up, like 4 cars.
Oh, yeah.
About 4 police cars pull up to where we were standing on this walking tour, and he's talking to us about what we're looking at, et cetera, et cetera. About 4 police pulled up. I stopped looking at the structure, and I start looking at him to see what his reaction is going to be to all these police pulling up. He didn't flinch. He didn't even acknowledge their presence. And I was like, oh, okay.
Cool.
Continue with the tour.
You asked him.
Right. And then I did ask him, you know, I asked him both on live on YouTube as well as that time. I said, so he's like, no, I'm not paying attention to them. It's like, yeah, I don't get harassed by the police.
Wow. Yeah, well, I don't know nothing about that in the States.
Alpha male, thank you. Your transition from talking about a bidet to your favorite fruits deserves a super chat.
We mix it all up here.
You know, everything is on the table.
Everything's on the table.
Right?
I love it.
We ain't doing this emotional drinking and eating. Hey, we know about that. Do you have a VPN that you use while you travel?
Okay.
Yes. We're not using it right now because the last time we used it, we had problems with the internet. So we use NordVPN and we don't have an affiliate link. What do
We
you
use
guys
Express and we do have an affiliate link.
All right. So if you want, I can't say anything positive nor negative about NordVPN because I don't have anything to compare it to. I do know it. We watch
Well,
Hulu wherever we are. That's
Mhm.
all I know.
We use 3 different VPNs and settled on Express. We use because in China it's hard to get out of that firewall. And Express helped us to get through on a continuous basis.
Mhm.
Express and it was another one,
Viper was
and
one.
Viper. But Express did better than Viper, so we've been rocking with Express for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
I like those guys.
Somebody's predicting something.
Mhm. Julie.
We'll see. I don't know. Like it's going to be 3 different locations around the world. It's going to be 3, and right now we've only visited 2 cities, but we've been through the countryside of this place. And right now, honestly, if we're gonna keep it honest, since y'all stayed here for 2.5 hours,
2.5 hours.
there's only one city here that we really like. Like the city that we're in is not the one.
If it were out of the city we're in and the city we came from,
Yeah.
my vote is the city we came
Quito.
from.
Yeah.
I loved it. Everything except for the weather for me.
Yeah, I didn't think.
But
it was
everything
cold.
else, I loved.
Yeah, I don't. So there needs to be some other places. We haven't made it to the coast yet. We're going to be heading to the coast in about a month, and that's going to be the telltale. So let's see what the coast looks like.
Okay. Any dream sponsor you'd like to work with? Put it out there in the universe.
2 came to mind.
Work it.
Airbnb,
Okay.
Emirates.
Yep.
Emirates Air?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Airbnb. We're trying to finesse a relationship with Sony. So it's levels to this game being out here as a YouTuber and everything else, and now we're trying to go to another level, trying to get in touch with sponsors and writing the letters and doing all that kind of good stuff right now. So yeah, we have quite a few that would be a dream relationship, but Sony, Emirates, and Airbnb.
Airbnb has had some cool opportunities come up.
Okay.
We've applied to, we haven't been selected, but
Mhm.
I would have loved to be selected to live
I know
for
that
a
would have been
year
nice. That would have been
on
real nice.
them anywhere in the
Yeah.
world.
Mhm.
Yes. I heard they used to have some gem and affiliate programs. And, we're writing letters to sponsors today, too,
Mhm.
with our 1,700 dedicated subscribers.
That's what's up. Hey,
Super engaged. Yes.
Right.
Super engaged. So Tropic Feel are the backpacks that we use, and they're waterproof. And they come with this, like,
Okay, now you giving them commercial.
I don't care. This is what I've been using. This is what I've been using for 4 months. It comes with like this internal, like,
Oh, yeah. It's like a closet
a
within
closet.
your.
yeah, and it's got sections, and so I
And
packed
you can
in
slide
like
it and fold it down to condense it,
It
a little
condenses
bit.
down
Not
to
a
here.
whole lot, but condense it down. And then when you go to stay somewhere,
you just hang it up.
you take the shell off and you just hang it up and loosen it and let it hang there.
Oh.
And your stuff.
Okay.
Is folded.
Yeah, and you can use it as shelves and stuff, and then the backpack becomes a day pack.
Get Tropic Feel. for your-
That's what I'm talking about.
So it's
Already.
I'm
It's
interested.
and when I travel, I just want to take that backpack in one little bitty carry on, and that's it.
And they even
Mhm.
have a carry-on that has the same thing in it
Yeah,
if you want to carry on.
yeah. Not sure if you've discussed this already, but Yarbroughs, have you done any more pet sitting for work? Oh, that's right. You guys did that a bit in Panama.
We haven't done any.
We haven't done any. Some
other
have come
ones
up.
since, yeah.
Some come up in Peru and stuff, but it needs to be the right fit.
Mhm.
Like just most animal. No, I'm not gonna talk about people. You need to have a decent looking house. I need, I'm not gonna squat someplace with your dog. So when the right ones appear, we'll be there. It's not off the table at all.
So you guys use trusted house sitters?
Yes.
Okay. So Trusted House Sitters does not pay, y'all. You get free board, free room for watching their pets, watering their plants. We just came off our first house sit.
We watched Honey.
We watched Honey, the cat, and
Cool.
Honey the cat didn't want too much to be bothered with us. I think one time we got a whole hour of her time.
Yeah, she come in, walk between your legs, and
And
say,
she-
"I'm out."
She
Peace.
was out. Peace out. I'm out here up in these streets.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
doing
what I'm
kitty
talking
stuff,
about.
right? She didn't even have a kitty litter.
Wow.
Oh, slamming.
Yeah, she knew
How
that
is-
too.
right?
And she had an automatic feeder and automatic water, so she'd come
Wow.
in when she had a little doggy door. She'd come in when she wanted to go eat,
Yeah.
sleep, eat whatever, and just said, "Y'all clean up after you leave." All right.
Right, like you know you in my house, right? And then
The
peace
right.
out,
That's it.
That's the right situation. That's what we're looking for. Not
Right?
12 dogs and 9 cats. Like, nah, because the house probably smell like animal. Yada 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 yada.
We
Yeah.
read one house sit, and they were talking about some people just have too many rules.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're not coffee drinkers, so please don't
Don't
drink
drink coffee in the house. I'm like, oh, you what?
Don't drink it in the house. We'll smell it. I'm
Right.
like, okay.
Okay, so that's a no.
That's
right?
a no. So one beautiful, beautiful house here in Denver, in the Beverly Hills of Denver, right?
Mm.
I was like, yes, that's the house. I was about to put my like on it and then read his paragraph, and it started off with, in all caps,
Mm.
under no circumstances. I was like, nope,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
nope. I don't even need to see what under no circumstances is, because I will not be house sitting there. Because
Exactly.
I left my mama's house.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me the easy ride. We'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love animals. I love up on your animal, but yeah, no.
So Courtney, if house sitting can pay once you get off the platform. So if you develop a relationship with someone with someone you've house sitted for, say through Trusted House Sitters, where they do the background screening and they have the insurance and everything like that, then if that person loves you and the pet's like, oh, I want Courtney back, then you develop that relationship, and then the next time perhaps they will pay you. So that's how you can get through word of mouth and stuff like that. I don't know of any platforms that have paid house sitting.
I mean, these are
But you're saving on accommodations.
the accommodation is the biggest
Right.
price. I tell you
That's
what
the good
though,
thing.
like some of them are really nice, y'all. We did that one out in
Our
Mexico.
first
Oh my
Baja,
gosh.
California.
Baja California, little mini mansion. Boy, 2 little cats.
See?
Come on, man.
But it was right on the coast. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
see your window, you can walk to. Oh,
I literally
See?
saw some dolphins out there.
yeah, you can see
Yes.
the dolphins. Up.
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm talking about. So you use points to go to your trip, right? And then
Mhm.
once you get over to someplace, then you start looking for the house sits, right?
Mhm.
So if you're in Western Europe and then you got to make that visa run for 6 months, go house sit in London. You can house sit back to back to back to back in London, come back to the EU, and make it work. There are ways. There are definitely ways. So we have been on here for 2 hours and 41 minutes, y'all.
Yeah, we can't hold y'all.
So we are not going to hold. This is supposed to be their
No,
work day.
I still got to get a video out tonight.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we are going to let you go. Stick on for a minute. I'm assuming that there are no more questions because we have asked them about their personal life. We've heard about ginseng is the natural Niagara.
And bidets and warm water and cold water.
People putting their hand
Right.
in poop and everything else. So y'all,
You can't do this with anybody but fam. I'm
right?
sorry.
That's right.
Exactly.
If y'all don't know who the Yarbros are, Nomadic Wonder, please check them out. I'm assuming that everyone who watches our channel also watches the Yarbros, but I don't want to assume because some of these names I have not seen on your channels. We know that we've got some people who only follow us because of Portugal, and we've got more Portugal stuff coming, of course, but everyone does not want to go to Portugal. We want to go to Portugal. And a lot of folks we see want to go to Portugal, but everyone does not want to go to Portugal. There is a theme to this life, to this expat life, to this immigrant lifestyle. And so we want to talk to people who have been doing this thing for longer than we have, who know what the ins and outs are, and those are the Yarbros. So
Yes.
if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
If you need consulting, if you need consulting with your YouTube channel or just how to do this nomadic life, how to be a digital nomad, here's your folks right here.
Hit
Hit 'em
us.
up. Hit
All
'em
right.
up.
It's all of the information is in the description. I also sent it out via email. So if you get our emails, you've got their information there as well. Next week, we are interviewing another couple. And the wife there is the editor-in-chief of the Expat Stories. So the expatstories.com, check that out. So she is interviewing expats from America, from Black expats, the Black expat stories. Forgive me, Black expats. So she is interviewing folks from all over the globe who are doing this life, who are in the process of doing this life, who have done this life. And you know, folks got stories to tell. Folks got stories to tell. So come next week.
Next week. And I cut you off, but subscribe, like,
I always forget that.
ring that bell so you know when we're most of the time we're not posting, we're talking.
Yes, but we do. Yeah, we do post.
We
we
do
do post
post
edited
stuff.
videos, and we will, especially when we're in Portugal. We've got one in the hamper right now. But y'all, you see all this stuff got to still get
We got a
packed
whole lot
up.
of stuff to do. If
Ooh.
y'all want to come and help,
Help us declutter. I thought we had decluttered, y'all.
no.
I thought we had decluttered. So last thing, how long did it take you guys to get rid of all of your stuff so that you could move to China? And do you still have storage?
It took a month.
Took a month, and we do not have storage, and we're still downsizing. We went to China with too many suitcases, and we lost 2 leaving China. We're still that. We're trying to downsize.
We
one
downsize
more.
every time we go somewhere.
Yeah.
But there is a box. I have a box of things that
at your mom's
my
house.
parents' house. But that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, keepsakes type stuff.
Mhm.
All right.
Hey,
All right.
as I said in Mexico when we first talked, you guys are fam now. That's just
Hey,
how it
hey.
is. We family. We out in these international streets
That's
doing
right.
the
For real.
damn thing.
Stomping these dogs.
You know?
Right.
Hey, we love you guys so much. We continuously follow you. You are amazing. Love the work that you put in. Thank you
Yes.
so much for all the information.
Information, because I consider myself being up on this crazy stuff that America does, but y'all have been educating us.
Yes.
Thank you.
We appreciate you so much.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. So that is it. Like, subscribe. You know our Black Utopia. We will be back next week at 1:30 Mountain Time, 3:30 Eastern Time. And if
Yeah.
that's not it, see y'all.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.